Hello, everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. I'm going to continue the trend of trying something new since our last analysis stream. We're going to see how it goes. I'm going to try some, live VOD review. And I know I'm much better at this when I'm taking it slow. So, we're going to see how that goes, right? I don't know why I have my League client open, to be honest. It's just allowing people to send messages and stuff, make noise in the background. We might have to fix that. Oh, cool. Oh, come the fuck on. Yeah, this just happens when I'm daytime streaming. I configure the lighting, it's all good, and then there's always, this tiny bit of fuzziness. Oh, well. So, how is everybody? I'm really liking the afternoon streams so far. I find it's a good time block for me. I'm not exhausted when I get on stream. I feel like I only have a few hours of energy left in me anyway, so I may as well use them on something for content. Have some fun with it, right? Alright, as the title says, this is Operation Flame Ravensman. I have 4 solo queue VODs from my buddy Ben. We had a conversation off stream the other day about some performances in his comp games, and then he just sent me these solo queue VODs completely unprompted and said, hey, you can take a look at these if you want to build on anything. And I thought, sure, that sounds like content. I can make fun of you. It'll be awesome. You know? Oh my god, I just slipped. Okay. Just gonna pull one of these up right now. I think we have 2 Volibear and 2 Nocturne Vods to look at today. And we're starting with the Nocturne, apparently. These VODs are not labeled, by the way. I have absolutely no idea what I'm getting myself into. And I do have music off, right? Yeah, I do. Okay. So. We got our VOD, we got our Nocturne. Oh, Jesus. Okay. That is aggressive. You know, I downloaded Epic Pen. I can actually, make notes on screen, but I haven't configured it for use with stream yet, so... If I draw on it, Actually, let me try something. Come on. I wonder if it actually works. It probably doesn't, because it's not considered, the same application layer, so OBS will complain. Yeah, it doesn't work. And if I swap windows so I can show you, then it's just going to be kind of messy. Okay, so we're not going to use the pen today. Unfortunately. Okay, so what I'm generally going to be focusing on, I've spent a lot of the last week, really grinding my knowledge on early game jungling. I don't think I actually care about the mid game at all yet. These are probably just going to be 4 lane phase reviews, come to think of it. So if it's 4 lane reviews, I guess that is going to be about identifying... I mean, for this case in particular, I know I'm going to be looking at the ganks that are made and the ganks that are missed. So we were just talking about ganking fundamentals the other day. I'm going to be watching some, early game pathing decisions, I think. Talking about game plan. Hey! The man of the hour! Let's go. Okay, yeah, apparently I'm starting with the Nocturne Vods, because these are not labeled. So I just kind of clicked one. I downloaded them in order. So we are playing Nocturne versus Olaf. We have Gwen versus Darius. We have Yasuo versus Diana. Pretty Diana favored, no? Then we have Kaisa Nami versus Caitlyn Xerath. Oh my god, okay. So we have a jungle matchup that's going to roll us early if we end up, fighting directly in a 1v1. But This is not fitting music for this situation. Hello, Karibo. I'm trying to decide if it's a good idea to just immediately path bot this game. Like, because the problem is I don't have the experience of what Olaf's typical clears are. And what I would imagine is that Olaf wants to 3-camp and get on the map as early as possible, but he's also pretty efficient at power farming early if he doesn't see an opportunity. So we can't know for sure what's going to happen, although my money is on our Caitlyn Xerath getting themselves into a gankable position at level 3. I think the music's a little too loud. One sec. So right away, I'm thinking, like, the top lane scaling favors us. Mid lane favors us. Bot lane is volatile as hell. And we have a snowball win condition bot lane. So I think no matter what, we have to enable this Caitlyn Xerath, no? I'm just... did we get boned by the Olaf? Let's see the decision making at the very least. Because I'm just thinking, like I'm concerned about... Olaf level 1 is very competent. Kaisa level 1 is decent. Caitlyn, Xerath, Nocturne level 1 are not good in like an invade situation. Yeah, no, I'm not. The intention's not actually to flame. I'm trying to boost my own jungle fundamentals too. Go away. I hate that spot. It was supposed to go in the prime. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, Ben. Really appreciate it. Welcome back to the Quinn ticket. Okay, so we end up... Do we even get a ward off? No, we have to cancel our base to get the ward. This is the spot! We talked about this for like 5 minutes because I literally could not understand where the spot was. Yeah. Okay, so we switched to the sweeper. I think the sweeper does protect us from like an early Olaf. If we're Nocturne and we want to power farm, I'm thinking best clear is Red Raptors Gromp into bot side in case we're needed. Blue, just keep watching bot side in case we're needed, but path back up to top afterwards. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But it's just Olaf throws off the dynamics so much, and I just don't have the experience with Olaf to really know. Let's see. I think by the way you're moving, I think you're full clearing. Yeah. Okay, but we know. Hold on. We got to get our information early, right? And I should really be playing with fog on. Okay, so your bot lane's doing some funky shit here. And we don't have any information yet. And, okay, Nami used mana. Confirmed bot start. And Darius has been cheesing in this bush. So, yeah, we know for sure Olaf is bot side. So I could be, like, a little bit concerned. I don't know if, like, Olaf can do the Shaco clear, where it's, like, Red Raptors Krugs into bot gank. I don't know if Olaf actually likes that. I wish I had more experience with the champion. Oh, wait a minute. I'm so distracted by, like, what might happen in the future that I'm barely paying attention here. So we've got, like, this crazy shit happening. Flash. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. This doesn't happen, does it? He dies, right? No. Okay. That kill is a double-edged sword. Like, I think that's actually... Because he doesn't have TP, it's playable. I think we actually unironically have to help Gwen shove already. So it's like, okay, so if I'm in your shoes here, right? We see this wacko trade early game. He flashes away. I insta-flash. Hit Q, but he's sustained. We're losing tempo, right? Okay, so Olaf's on one of his bot camps, most likely. Okay. Because Darius doesn't have TP, Gwen is not completely screwed, but Gwen, obviously on this health bar, needs to base. I actually might clear this wave. Now we're in a really, really hard spot. Right, because Olaf has the tools to just do what he wants at this point. Olaf has so many options, and we will always die if we just run into him, right? We can't full clear, right? I fucking hate accidentally hitting the Olaf button, because then I actually know where he is. So we still don't have the information on which Olaf clear he's going for. And I would be really, really concerned about a blue buff invade now. Because we're not on a full clear, right? So are you going... If you take the wolves, I think this is a huge mistake. Good. Okay, we end up taking blue, which isn't going to get us level... Actually, it will get us level 3 because we got the kill, right? Is that how that works? Chat, do we think that blast cone is actually safe? Is this a real blast cone we can take? Like, if I'm Olaf bot start. Yeah. if I'm Olaf bot start and I see, like, one camp Nocturne already here. Gwen's frozen on, by the way, I think. No, it's slow pushing into Darius, which is even worse. Okay. So if I see a Nocturne who is expected to have to put, like, help his laner push at level 1, and I start bots, like, this just seems like... Yeah, because actually, if Olaf is, like, really thinking, he goes full vertical, fucks our Caitlyn Xerath, we lose. Like, we lose the game immediately. Ben, this is, like, high plat, right? Like, P1 area? P2? P1, D4, okay. So, yeah, I don't know. We just don't have the information to really make... Like... Because we obviously don't want to go vertical. Because we need to enable bot lane. Maybe. I think if... Okay, so if Olaf hasn't shown up bot lane yet and your camps are still intact, I think we... Oh, well, he's actually fucking showing as I'm saying that. I'm like, we assume he's top lane now, right? Ah, and Gwen's lane is so boned. So she actually... I think you unironically lost the game off... I mean, it's an exaggeration, but I think you unironically lost the game off going for our kill top lane. And that's not all on you, because, like, the Gwen just ends up in that full fight. That fucking sucks. Are you looking for his Krugs here? What are we doing? Hold on, hold on. Let's check our decision. Okay. So I'm getting pulled around by everything because I'm so focused on, like, the Olaf pathing, but what I was going to say before we actually saw him is we definitely assume he's topside somewhere at this point because he's not in our jungle. He started bot side. He hasn't shown bot yet. He hasn't ganked that area. So, I mean, where else could he be? He must be full clearing up to top. So we're here. We're mid. We just finished our blue. We still have Gromp up. So, I mean, I'd actually like to go, like, at the exact moment that we're finishing blue. This song is also loud as fuck. Alright, sure, Mordekaiser theme. Okay, at this moment, we're checking for our options, right? Bot lane, completely ungankable. Everyone is full health. We're pushed up to their turrets. We have no setup. They have mobility and peel. Yeah, this is completely ungankable. So we don't even want to look at this. Mid lane, this is a lane I would like to look at usually, but we need to wait a while because, like, Diana wants to catch this wave. We don't want to fight the Yasuo in this wave. Yasuo's full HP. We could gank. There's a risk of an Olaf counter gank, and if Olaf counter ganks us, we're fucked. So I think we never even leave our jungle. We just go straight to Gromp here. So we just checked. I don't mind the scuttle, but again, it's a... The more I watch these and the more I talk about them, the less I value Scuttle Crab when junglers start on opposite sides of the map. So we're doing Scuttle. Olaf shows top. Gwen is fucked. Gwen dies. Top lane is in a really, really bad spot. How much blame should we put on ourselves, chat? If I'm Nocturne here with how that all played out, like, I know Gwen just got cheesed by the top try. But the way this all played out, like, knowing that we're kind of fucked if we have to help Gwen shove, but it's necessary to stabilize the game. Ugh. And see, this is where I need to climb on jungle at some point. I need to climb on anything. I don't play the game. Why am I not playing the game? Oh, wait a minute. What is this fucking decision? So now I'm seeing the actual moment of the decision, and yeah, I don't know what you see down here. You can press tab and see Olaf is full cleared. Like, there's nothing left. And then we're going to this ungankable position. Like, the reason you'd want to be down here is to counter gank and protect your Caitlyn Xerath. And we need 6, so we need to full clear. So we already have an efficiency disadvantage, but the efficiency disadvantage is not entirely our fault because we've already made a play top. Yeah, but you should know there's no possible way the Krugs can be here. Like, we have the luxury of Olaf showing on the map and revealing what he's taken. Right? I guess that could count, but remember how we talked yesterday or 2 days ago about how you're just, like, giga overvaluing Scuttle? Olaf wants to get his leads off, like... And then it also just interrupts your subsequent clears. Like, it's nice if we can get, like, if we get this and our camps are gone, that's an actual lead. But if we get this and our camps are not gone, then Olaf actually does just... Like, we're just delayed. We're slower than Olaf now. So that's probably one of my problems, too. I don't know why they're pinging you, because, like, it makes no sense that you're here in the first place, but I also don't know why they think you can do anything to help them. Here's that gank anxiety again. Gotta make something happen, so... I mean, this is playable, but Olaf should be right here. Or no, he should be recalled and on his Krugs by now, but... He could be shadowing Yasuo as Yasuo's getting the crash. When did Yasuo actually finish the crash? Okay, at this point, once it's here, we can probably assume Olaf is gone and has been base. But it's that same problem again, right? Like, this happened in both of our comp games, too. Olaf is starting his second clear, and we still have 3 camps to take on our first. Yeah, I mean, like, this isn't an appealing spot for Olaf to gank either. Like I guess he could dive, but it's needlessly high risk when he could just keep the tempo up. Like, Olaf can just win the game by... Okay, so is Olaf a tempo jungler? Like, does Olaf just have an insane clear speed, and then he just beats, like, he wins early duels because of his kit, but also because he's probably just farmed faster than you. Because that's the impression I'm getting from Olaf. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That fits him into both types of aggro comps properly that I've been researching. Okay, so yeah, we are not playing our win cons at all by trying to gank Yasuo here. Nor are we doing anything. And yeah, see, I accidentally hit the Olaf button. Sure enough, second clear started. And he's just going to go Krugs. Like, there's nothing here. He's going to go Raptors, full clear up, keep looking. He might find an opportunity as Diana's pushing out. And then by the time he's done his clear and Diana's trying to crash something in fact, he might, like, Diana might try to crash something. He's done his Raptors. He kills her. We're on Wolves, because we'll have to go back and, like, I guess Wolves Gromp, or maybe worst case scenario, we're over here. I actually want to see how this plays out now. Like, what do we end up doing? Running to, oh, is it a recall? Yeah, we're wasting so much time. We're wasting so much time. We're even here in time for our second Raptor spawn before our first bot side has been cleared. And here's first Raptors, or first Krugs rather. Yeah, we're boned. Base into, so we're anticipating, okay, so Olaf actually did show bot, so he's actually, oh, he's prioritizing Drake, because Olaf has good Drake clear, so he's, it's a weird one, because, like, bot lane hasn't gotten the wave in yet, but yeah, they're obviously moving there. I don't think there's a contest. I don't think we can realistically contest this. So we concede. I'm probably going to take Wolves, assess dive threat mid. I'm not seeing a lot of dive threat on mid. Gwen actually secures a kill somehow. So I'm just going to be constantly watching here. Like, Diana's in the most danger, but it's also likely that if buffs are respawning, Olaf will just be like, red for Wolves. Actually, I just got spoiled because the icon disappeared, and I'm kind of mad that it does. We're just playing catch-up. We don't have control over this at all. Lane XP for 6, because honestly, we have nothing else to do. Diana's coming. I don't think I hate the decision. Our camps are already borked. Eight, 10. Do we actually just go Krugs, Wolves, Blue? Or what are we trying to base on? We're trying to get Stride Breaker components. I'm just so... Oh my god. Fucking Olaf, stop showing on the map as I'm about to say I'm scared. God damn you. Because I was going to say before he showed up, like, I'm just scared that the way we have to play the game now from losing all this tempo just forces our bot lane to fend for themselves. And it looks like they're actually going to be able to in this instance, which is huge for us. Are you just kind of baiting Darius into thinking he's alone? That was a weird play. Okay, I was joking about the whole Operation Flame Ravensman thing, but I just watched that. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is definitely like role swap jungler anxiety. Someone broke you. I think our team broke you. I actually like the invade at this point. But do you die for it? Okay, maybe we should reassess. Is this an invade? Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't. Wait, no, this is fucking obvious. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's watch the timeline here, okay? Because I was about to say I like the invade. But I'm failing to, you and I are both failing to consider something very important. What just happened a moment ago? Olaf just died bot, right? Okay, so if Olaf is actually ganking bot lane and is finding an opportunity to go there, more than likely he's cleared something out here, right? I mean, we can even go back and track everything, but like I mean, it's 8 to 9 minutes of the game. It's harder to track at this point. You've probably lost track completely because we've talked about how it's much easier to track on the first 2 clears. And then if things get too chaotic or you get caught up in a bad path, then it's easy to lose track. Either way, Olaf looking for this gank probably means he just did something bot lane. So if we go straight, I mean, do we visibly go into the top lane? Oh, hell yeah, we do. What does Olaf end up doing? He's pathing towards his Krugs. Does he... He takes his Krugs, but everybody's pinging topside. And then... Okay, so what do you end up doing? You end up taking the blue, you stay for a second camp. And they're all just going to collapse on you. See, I want to be careful about this, because I don't want too much of it to be, like, hindsight analysis. I would have expected, because if I'm Olaf, I know bot lane is one of our team's core win cons. I do want to snowball my Kai'Sa, and I want to snowball anything. Like, anything I can get my hands on. I guess if I'm Olaf and I respawn, I clear top to bot. Most likely. How much of this is hindsight analysis? And how much could we have tracked? I'm just thinking back to my Kindred games where I invade onto a mark and nobody is there. Olaf, like my enemy jungler is obviously bot side. And then I die anyway because the mid laner just came up. We don't have our shield. Don't we just queue forwards? I think you actually have a chance of surviving if you queue forwards instead of back at them. Yeah. Just for the move speed to get out. Either way, if I deep dive into this particular invade, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get obsessive over like the tiny details that don't matter and aren't reproducible. When the important thing is we feel pressured to do this in the first place because we've fucked our path really hard. So yeah, I think I'm actually... I do want to focus on the early games because that's the point I'm most concerned about right now, because we have bad gank analysis right now and really bad path efficiency, so I want to focus on like I want to focus on those. So you're moving. You can't flash yet because of the cooldown. And that means he's regen. Does he have Time Warp? No. Okay, he just regens a lot. God, what a bad recall for Gwen, too. Like, she has fucked herself. But we have to get her out of lane. Like, we have to... If we give her this wave, if we push it for her immediately, crash on one because we have 2 champions and there's no contest, she gets all of the CS. She does have enough for boots, I guess. Fuck, this is a fucked situation. So when I'm playing AD carry, what I usually do is I pinpoint the moment that I lost control of the game. When I'm playing AD carry, it's like every ounce of agency I'm allowed to have, I need to keep. Because the second I put the game like entirely in my teammates' hands, now it's a coin flip, right? I think the same principle tends to apply to junglers. Unfortunately for you, the moment you gave up agency was immediately. By going for this invade. I think if we do this, help her shove, accept that there's risk of Olaf invading us, which will just come with the fact that we had to stabilize this. Clear this path slowly over here. Maybe sweep as we walk along here just to make sure we're safe. If Olaf's confirmed not invading us, then we're golden. Just keep up efficiency. We'll be down tempo a little bit, but our path can bring us back to top, basically. Okay. Let's go to the next one. It's going to be another Nocturne game, right? No, this is one of the volley. You gave me the fucking games out of... So you didn't group the champions. God damn it. Alright, game plan time. What's going on here? Jesus Christ, there's a Teemo in this game. Teemo Jace. Nico Kiana. Oh, Kiana's gonna suffer early. And then we have Samira Blitzcrank versus Aphelios Lux. Whew! Yeah, Taco Bell Wi-Fi is a good name. Okay, I want to see if chat can come up with a game plan for this one. What do you guys think? We have a Teemo Jace lane, ranged versus ranged top. We have Nico Kiana. We're jungling against a Warwick, probably one of the... Is Warwick one of the best 1v1 junglers? I think he's up there. I don't know if he beats Trundle. I think it's hard to beat Trundle, but it's like, if we're playing Volibear, Warwick can definitely stand up to us. Like, there's not a lot of chance that can. I think he can. Not this game, no! And then we have, like, the most volatile bot lane to ever exist. Okay, but that's your top laner bias. I'd agree that it is not a bad idea to just see this annoying ranged anti-carry and say, wow, you literally cannot survive if I go up there. But the interaction I don't know about is if Teemo Blind like stops Volley Q from working. That's the interaction I don't know. Do we know how that one goes? Because that changes things. One thing I will say is mid is a lost cause for the first 3 levels. We cannot interact with that lane. Kiana is going to be useless. But I'm Volibear, so I want to throw around my stats at any opportunity I get. Jesus, Ben, you're giving me hard games that I just don't know the answers to. Yep, sure thing. It'll be... I'll have the VOD up somewhere. Fuck, I need to do something about these TikTok notifications. I don't know why they're using my actual text tone, but ever since I had a software update, like, it's been doing that, and I hate it. Settings. Push notifications. None. Fuck off. Problem solved. Yeah, we are red. We're red. Okay. Our game plan is... I don't know. So, yeah, we don't interact with mid early. We can choose to gank for our Jace. We can choose to gank for our Samira. Jace tends to demand attention, and we want him snowballing. Samira absolutely cannot afford to fall behind. She is going to lose early. Blitzcrank volatility is always up there. And there's the fucking dog. Alright, let's just see what Ben does. I think there's a real argument for pathing to either side lane. That's the problem. And so now I have to kind of learn in real time. Like here's the issue with VOD reviews sometimes. It's also the reason I'm not charging for VOD review yet, even though I intend to eventually. I have gaps in my knowledge, and usually when I'm doing these reviews, I learn something too, like in real time. So I don't feel confident, like, asserting myself in places where I don't have knowledge. So I'm not gonna, like, definitively claim a game plan here with the Warwick. The Warwick's just a variable I don't understand yet. I think we can make a real argument for either top lane or bot lane. Even though Jace is safer to scale. We're going for one of these invade wards. It's an early invade with Blitzcrank. We're not gonna find anything. Which ward do we place? Don't like that one. I prefer this one, like here. If I actually have the opportunity to get a proper... Like, because when I'm playing support... Also, yeah, bye, Samira. When I'm playing supports, and I'm on blue side, Gromp ward is usually the ward I opt into, but if I'm allowed to walk in, then just this 5 corridor ward is always better. We cover this, we cover this, we cover this, and this through the bush even, like, just if we're on this corner. So, same thing here. I would rather, like, be able to see everything. Although, going for Giga Invades like this just opens up some nonsense, and Samira starts Q. Okay, what flashes were burned? Were we able to check? Bot lane, we're pathing towards bot lane. Are we starting his blue? We are starting his blue. Okay, so where is Warwick starting? He's obviously not starting here. We're gonna have to watch enemy position carefully. Samira wards this. I'm still watching. I'm still making sure. I assume you're going full vertical. Aphelios and Lux just showed up from down here. A little late the lane. So I'm gonna assume Warwick started on red. Now, the decision here is tricky because we can't know if we just opted into a full vertical jungle. My assumption is that Warwick is not a champion who likes to full clear if he can avoid it, and he would rather make stuff happen. Like, look for duels, look for ganks. Because, like, my biggest experience with Warwick is just the barrier Warwick top strategy. And that immediately tells me that Warwick is just... he's a duelist. He wants to fight people. Just leverage his sustain, his stat ball into a favorable fight. So do I invade the wolves here? If this doesn't end up in a vertical situation, Fuck, I'm so inexperienced at this. I have to, like, think through these lines because I haven't seen them all. Okay, is this bad for Let me just like get my thoughts out there because maybe something good will come of it. I'm thinking if we're favored, like we're okay with it if this goes full vertical, but Warwick could just Like, we don't know if Warwick's going to attempt a Red Raptors Gromp, and if he is, he's going to be here immediately, and then that's one of the few champions that I suspect we can't fight as Volibear. So then it would be correct to leave. But if we leave here and Warwick finds out that we've taken his camps here, he should just look for an invade, and he can kind of coin flip the side, right? And then the issue is... Yeah, here's the real issue. Here's the real issue with this. If this does not... If this isn't maintained as a vertical start, if we cannot prove that this is going to be a vertical jungle game, all we've done is make sure all of Warwick's camps respawn before ours. So that actually technically gives Warwick an econ lead, especially if he can counter invade later. I think that's my concern. And this is also part of why, like, the Ivern instant invade clear died out. Well, in part because it ruins Ivern's tempo. But also because I think that's just more general than I realized. It ruins Ivern's tempo way harder than any other jungler, but other junglers do also get punished in terms of econ. So this would only really be... And we don't have red buff yet, is the issue. Like, red buff is the one that empowers us in duels and ganks on most champions. I would say Volibear is one of them. So, I mean... Okay. Because we can't prove that it's vertical, I think we make the right decision by leaving, but I'm actually starting to dislike the fact that we went for it in the first place, come to think of it. And we would have preferred that Samira drop a ward here, but, I mean, we're just working with limited information. I think we just assume he started our red, and so that's why we did it. Or our blue. We probably... Yeah, it's... So, while we're leaving here, we do a check. Shockingly, this is... Well, what abilities do we have? No Q yet, right? No, we do have Q. I think we actually can kill Orber and Flash in this case. Because this becomes a more appealing gank, because they've traded so heavily. We're obviously never ganking this. Like, we don't even need to look here. We know this is doomed until Kiana's 3. If we gank here and kill Teemo, is this an actual high impact? No, it's not. Ah, fuck, but we want to dive him. We want to dive him at 3. But now we have no easy way to path there. No. Incorrect. Wait, did I watch this live? Did I watch this game live? It's a transition gank, I guess. Now we're pathing away from the Teemo that looks diveable. But we've also just confirmed that it's not. Okay, so now that we've confirmed it's not vertical, we know we're actually kind of fucked. This immediate skiff back over to our jungle. This is some high tempo jungling. Let's fucking go. We're scared of something. There's some indecision happening here. Oh, crab. We care about crab again. Yeah, okay, that's right. 2012. Crab is so useless. So he spots you. We're not diving at shit. We've lost time, or we could have been taking what the fuck? Okay, well that's just an allied misplay. How do we resolve this situation? If the enemy early invades us. Gets a kill. Wait. Hold on. I think we could have proven that Volibear did, or that Warwick did not start here at the very beginning of the game. I think we could have. 1 second. Who kills Samira? I'm watching this like a hawk if I'm the jungler right now. Like, looking for flashes and stuff. I say I am, but I know I'm gonna forget. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that she didn't leash. Wait, yes it does, because Samira's ward proves it. Let's watch. Let's watch. I think we could have proven. So, okay. So if I'm Warwick, or if I'm Volibear, I actually, yeah, we have the means to know if he started here or not. So that means I should always start my red. So let's just imagine for a moment that Volibear started red, right? Oh, I have it slowed. Samira wards. If the enemy bot lane leashed here, then they will move from this way. However, they are shockingly late to lane. Lux shows up, not missing mana from here, with an Amp Tome. Lux recalled. I guess... Yeah, so the bot lane recalled and definitely did not stay to leash your blue. Definitely, provably did not. That still... damn it! It still leaves the possibility of a Warwick solo. Like, Warwick could have solo cleared our buff, I guess. Like, leashless start our jungle. So we don't know for sure, yes? Damn it. I don't think we have the information to know. We were so close. Because I thought Lux coming back to lane with her first blood item would be proof. But it's not. Okay, I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna use the washroom for... I'll be right back. Why does it have to be so goddamn complicated? Why is it complicated? It's... Oh, that's the wrong button. Why does it have to be so goddamn complicated? Anyway, hi guys, there's a lot of you now, all of a sudden. Yeah, always flame the jungler. Always flame the jungler. Okay, so for everybody who just tuned in, we're having a dilemma right now. Basically, I actually don't like this vertical start. I think this puts us behind and, like, gets Warwick on an eventual tempo advantage. But the problem is I can't prove Warwick didn't start here. And if Warwick did start here, now we can commit to full vertical, and it's not bad because we have a top laner that we actually like to play around. And I imagine the best thing to do is just start your own red, and then if you can prove the enemy jungler went vertical, match them, because that gives you more flexibility. And, like, my concern is just because we go vertical and he does not. Like, we started on an invade, he also starts on an invade. That means his camps are just always spawning first. So we're gonna end up in this cycle eventually where Warwick just gets faster econ, and then while we're playing catch-up because our camps spawn later, that's when he gets to make a play. And then if we actually match him as we're supposed to, then Warwick cashes in his econ lead. And so that's the problem I'm having, because I need to be able to prove with the information that I have that Warwick didn't start vertical, but I can't prove that he didn't solo the buff. So that's how do you prove it though? You need to, okay, so a dead giveaway would be Lux showing up while having spent mana, obviously having leashed. The bot lane, so my Q that I thought I was going with, I thought I was going to say, like, declare that as soon as Lux shows up late to lane with the item she cashed in from First Blood, we know bot lane didn't leash our topside camp because they had to recall. But because Lux shows up full mana, she didn't leash bot, right? So if Lux had leashed bot, guaranteed Warwick is not vertical. Not yet. And then it actually becomes pretty unappealing to invade him. We can go opposites. I can actually try to... What I would probably do if I was Volibear here is I would do red, I would do my Raptors, I would notice that Teemo is trading heavily, I would pivot to Krugs, and then I would try to dive Teemo. It could be a baby leash, yeah, but we can't prove it, right? Does support have a ward to go put up blue? But that ward is too risky to place. Okay, I'll show you guys the early game. I'll show you guys the early. Basically, though, what I think we can take away for sure, provably, is that if one jungler starts the game by invading and the other doesn't match and go full vertical, I don't think it actually favors the invader. So this is what happened early. Our team is taking this with their Blitzcrank. They don't find anything, so nobody's here. Also, I already mentioned that I want the ward here instead. Meanwhile, what ends up happening is Samira's found out here. Now, it would be amazing if Samira had the presence of mind to drop a ward as she's leaving. Bunch of flashes burned, Lux cashes in a kill. So, that makes bot lane a potential good gank target later, even though but Samira had to start W, so she's probably going to get rolled in lane. So that's all of the information we have. Because this happened so close... I mean, so the problem is there's still 25 seconds for the buff to spawn. Is it fair to assume Warwick would recognize that it's dangerous. Because this isn't a late invade, we can technically catch them off guard on our buff. So Warwick should not go vertical here, right? But we also can't predict solo queue players. Fuck. This is so hard. This is such a hard puzzle. What do I do? No, because why would Blitzcrank solo invade that at risk of being caught and killed by everyone? Like, that doesn't make sense. They can't do that. The support cannot just walk up there. So Sweeper isn't the problem. We can't know. We cannot know that, Sonic. We can't know if they've left the buff. And if they haven't, and Blitzcrank just blunders into it and wards. All Lux has to do is fire Binding. Yes, Warwick will lose tempo, but bot lane will have 2 kills. And that is 100% worth it in a lane this volatile. Blitzcrank can't do that. So you mean like once the buff after leash? But then it's too late because jungler already had to make his decision. Blitzcrank should miss XP for that. So that's not a real option either. If we were in a comp setting, if this is an actual comp setting, it's solved immediately because Samira's not a fucking idiot and actually uses her board properly and doesn't die. Or at the very least, in review, we can say, Samira, you can't do this. But this is solo queue, so we don't get the luxury of perfect information where everyone's doing the setup properly. I think we can't spend any more time on this. I think a risk has to be taken. I think we just don't have enough, but I think we have more options if we start our own red. This isn't solved in comp either. No, I think it is because Samira should place something early. If she's playing solo defense on this side of the map, she should have some ward that covers. So, like, if Samira places this right here, like, early, and she doesn't have to instead place this ward. Like, this ward is good, but it's not perfect. If Samira had a ward that covered this corridor, problem solved. Then the Volibear can know from his red start if he needs to go vertical. And if he does, then what we'll end up seeing is a line of play presents itself, which we can't predict. We'll just be adapting to it. Early trading immediately shows me I want to go red, blue, Gromp, potentially dive Teemo. If Warwick is seen coming out of here. But of course, like, as played, we actually lose tempo. So we give Warwick... Perfect song, I just realized. So we do this transition gank, which is really low percentage. This gives Warwick all the information in the world. Warwick can clear blue, Gromp, leave through the upper path. I guess. That's high risk. That's full vertical. then Samira's solo defense needs to have an early, like, ward here, or, like... No, you know, the real culprit is the fact that 4 people going in like this makes no fucking sense. That's the real problem. That's the reason we don't have any information. Because we sent everybody here on this aggressive early invade. I would rather late invade with this comp, frankly. Like... So yeah, I guess there's no ward that Samira on her own can place that would salvage this. We instead need some posturing to prevent this in the first place. So what we end up doing is we've 3 camped. Because we end up going here, 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 and then immediately prevent a top invade as well. Except we're indecisive of which camp, and again, stop prioritizing the crab this hard. You're losing games off of this. Warwick clears it in 6 seconds, leaves. So fuck, he's got an advantage over us. He has 20 camps cleared. So that is 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, because we took these. So now Warwick has nothing to do but gank. Jace knows he's actually boned. We are pretty much obligated to hover Jace here and make sure he can get this crash for like a cheetah recall. Because Warwick has nothing else to do. Now, what he ends up doing is just eating this CS, and he really wants to double crab you. Like, oh boy, I'm gonna double crab the enemy jungler. Great use of my time right now. I could win the game instantly, but I'd rather get a crab. And so, thank goodness for us, that gives us a chance to catch up in tempo. So, if you can move into your bot side jungle, now that will confirm a lead because Warwick didn't play properly. But it's actually shocking. Like, I would have expected a level 1 invade to always generate advantages, and it just doesn't. That's hugely surprising. What the flame? Yeah, Jules. We just spent like 30 minutes on his level 1. Yeah, Warwick's just playing weirdly. We're at least matching him on the side of the map, but... he's giving us a free full clear by just going for nonsense. Let's actually, like, swap this over to Warwick's perspective for a second. All he is doing is taking lane resources. He's not exerting pressure on anything. He's just power farming. Because he feels pressured off you taking his camps. God damn it! This role is fucking cool! There's so many nuances to this. It's actually awesome. But anyway, we're in like level 3 hell right now. We weren't able to... like, Jace did solo kill Teemo in the end. So it's okay that we weren't there, but... I would have liked the reliable participation, I think. Also, since Warwick did not go vertical, but we couldn't prove that, ultimately, had we done this clear, it would have been really high risk because the Warwick counter gank would have ruined us. It's so weird to not be able to just do whatever you want early as Volibear. We should not get ourselves involved in this one because that play is just going to end before we arrive. So showing here fucking sucks. You have a recall and you really, really need to get on, like, off the map. So please take this. And so here's the actual problem with our invade. Now that we're starting our second clear, our Krugs are spawning. We want a path here, path down, but our Raptors are not. And so Warwick's going to have all of this. Now he cashes in his econ lead. We are not ahead. Because we just have no real options here. That's interesting. I never would have guessed that until I saw it in action. Jace flashes. We're still watching him as we're pathing to our camps, right? Yeah, this is a crazy lane, and we're going to want to snowball this if we get the chance. And our volatile bot lane is stable enough, I guess. So now I think we are looking for the Teemo dive here, but I don't see it. I think Teemo's thinned the wave a little too much, and we have like I would expect Warwick to be bot to top or top to bot right now. So I think we still can. Yeah, just deny Teemo his creeps. Oh, he's actually fucking here? What? Well, this is a really low consequence counter gank. Teemo still loses everything. Because we get the re-invade, we're not punished for our first invade. Oh, but do we lose this camp? Oh, we lost the camp. This just becomes a duel. Does Warwick win the duel now? Oh, we don't have any prio. Nico just used her ult, killed Kiana. We can't kite towards mid. We cannot kite towards mid. Have to run to top. We have to run to Jace. I think we're dead. Nico slowed herself. Jace, what the fuck? Alright, he's trying to brawl. I wish I'd known we were going to win that. I didn't realize Jace would be so impactful there. Wow. This is just the both of us, like, not knowing what Jace is capable of. And then you win this. I guess we get to take everything he owns. Everything he ever loves. Oh my god, I forgot Warwick gets back out on the map so fast if you're low. Oh my god. That was actually terrifying. He's so fast. You live because you smote blue buff. Oh my god. What? That champ is crazy. Okay, what's our immediate prio? Fuck, we have a full clear with the Krug spawning, but this... We're getting caught up in really long plays. And it's starting to become a problem. Because now what do we do? Like, we're gonna take this. We're gonna base. Because we have to base before we make another play. Except, are we on magical footwear? No, we're not. So we're probably going to get our tier 2 boots here. But then my issue with what's going on is we have no options. Like, now that we've actually started clearing wolves, I want to see how much money we spend on our base. Yeah, also, we can't help. Like, we can't do anything here. We're not useful. Our recall is getting stalled out for more resources. We're just... I mean, it doesn't hurt to eat this, but we're losing Drake. Just leave. There's nothing to do here. I'm going to be fucking bewildered if this works out for you. You actually got yourself in a potential steal situation. You're actually even on resources. You actually get the kill. Okay, so what's the actual problem? Did Warwick commit a mistake? Did we get lucky in solo queue nonsense that his bot lane didn't help? Yes, because there should be no opportunity, because his bot lane should just go help. But now they have a wave. And you run in here, and Volibear is not fast on the early stages of a Drake. He only becomes fast now. He gets it. He wins the smite fight. And then you're expected to win with your giant health advantage, right? Oh, never mind, it's Warwick. I don't know how these duels go at all. I really don't. Okay, but if we're... Raptors recall, bot side clear, interrupt Drake. At full health with more resources. I think it's just more reliable, no? Raptors base for chem tank components or boot. I mean, I guess our base isn't very good. How much is he sitting on right as he dies? Yeah, you should have a really dominant lead, I think. Oh, although you would have based on like 1,000, so it might have been similar. Making some space for Kiana, helping her shove. I don't mind this, but you have to go right away. So yeah, sometimes this just does happen on jungle where you end up with like a ton of gold in pocket because you're just needed and you have to make these plays and they help you win the game. But in this case, you're just farming raptors, so I don't think this is one of those moments where you're stuck on the map with tons of gold. And I think I'm pretty confident you're trying to farm for 2,300. It's 2,300 to finish chem tank, right? From this? No, it can't be because it costs 3,200. Wait, yeah, it is 2,300 because it costs 3,200 and you spent 11. Okay, so you have enough to base now, but you'd fuck your clear if you don't do Krugs. This is a greedy path that is going to it's going to give Warwick agency on the map, but it's going to eventually end with you having a mythic advantage. So your laners just have to be super careful here. And yeah, this is kind of a consequence of that. Because there's only so much careful like your laners can be. And more resources. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need to urgently rush the chem tank. I think if we just based on mercs and components, we would have been happy. Because Warwick getting that Jace gank for free is in part a symptom of just the way we cleared our jungle. And yeah, now he gets another one off before we're on the map too. Yeah, no, this is free. You have to blame yourself for these. Obviously not entirely, because I'm sure your laner did something stupid, but Warwick just has all the tempo in the known universe because we greeted for chem tank lucidity boots. Actually, if we're going fucking lucidity boots, why would we not just base early? Like, what? We cleared 2 sets of raptors in this whole clear rotation. Why not base after the first one, lucidity boots, here, 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 interrupt Drake, fucking shove your wave, get Kiana. Like, it's just I think it's just a cleaner way to play it out. Lux. Let's watch this gank, actually. Okay, what do we see when we make the decision to gank? We see 2 criminally low health bars, and we see a bot lane who's greeting for 1 more wave. Yeah, I'm 100% pathing toward... Whoa! I don't know if I'm pathing towards this anymore. I think he's doing Krugs. Now it's free, like... I guess this is only 5 to 10 seconds out of our day to look to see if something will present itself, so it really doesn't hurt that much, but... yeah. Okay, you're given a lead. I don't think you should have a lead. The Warwick just lost his fucking mind in the early game, and he really could have punished, like, the way you started the game just by, like, ruining your top lane. You have 1 volatile lane that's hard loss, because we just did not have the means to play around it at all with how we started. We have 1 volatile lane that's won pretty hard, although he has still fallen victim to Warwick a little bit, because Warwick was eventually, throughout the lane phase, given opportunities because we greeted some clear stuff. Does anybody in chat have anything extra to contribute to that? Like, any more points we want to bring up? I know we talked for 30 minutes about the about the level 1. That's kind of how I'm viewing the game right now, and I don't know if like every one of my points is 100% the best course of action. I'm trying to build up a framework of how we want to make our decisions in the early game jungle. So I'm just using Warwick's ganks as a consequence to say like, oh, maybe this just wasn't a good use of our time. I have a bad overpower farm tendency. I learned the jungle on fucking Fiddlesticks, Ivern, Shyvana. Like, I am a farmer. And I used to say I'm cursed in the jungle. No, bitch! You're power farming and AFK! That's the problem! Your laners are getting killed by the enemy jungle because you're having no influence. Why were we mid that one time? Like the transition gank? The level 2? Are you talking like this one? I mean, to me, it's obvious to me that the intention here is not to actually gank Nico. It is a transition gank to get onto this side of the map. My problem with it is that it gives Warwick way too much information. And if I am Warwick, like, this top lane is dead already. I'm going to clear just, like, a little bit. I'm level 3. I'm going to wait. I'm going to keep watching until things are traded a little better. And then, you know, because these champions are trying to fight each other early. And then I know my volley, like, okay, so you've cleared your third camp. Volibear's cleared his third camp. I have my red buff. I'm Warwick. I have my red buff. I'm just going to run up, like, well, he's ended up full clearing. I think I literally skip wolves, run through here, kill Jace, or burn his flash, or something. Because you can't stop me. And you pathed away from a lane that needs attention, and shown that you have. But instead he clears fucking crab. He clears crab. And you also try to clear crab. I genuinely think crab is only important when you start same side. If the junglers start same side, crab denies them free opportunities. That's what I think. But if the junglers start opposite sides of the map, I really do not see the value of crab at this point. Because they can only do so many things. Like, why is Jace not dead right now? How is Warwick so AFK? Why is he bot? That's right, because we saw him clearing this wave mid. Like, Warwick... Ben, the only reason this game's not already over is because Warwick just greeds his own resources. Neat. That was a fun one. I really enjoyed that one. We're learning so much. Okay, we've got a second Volibear game coming up. Oh boy, this is an interesting one. Jesus Christ, that top lane. They gave Ninja Pike ult. I like Pike ult. Okay, we're blue team this game. Oh my god, these lanes. Okay. Shoo. If I at any point see we're going for a fourth camp before doing something, I think we are wrong. 50%! That is busted. Okay, so I'm in a bit of a predicament here. My bot lane is going to lose. However, Renata is going to stem the bleeding of Pyke. Like, Renata has a favorable matchup into Pyke, but Xayah can't play the game into Caitlyn. We have Sylas into Vex. Melee versus ranged. Welcome back, Ben. Jesus, I think, yeah, the big problem in this game is that Trundle-Darius matchup, and that is so volatile, and I think if we don't path top lane, and Rek'Sai interacts first, then Trundle's just going to be unstoppable. What did you miss in that last game? You missed 30 minutes of us talking about your level 1. I was trying to solve a puzzle. And then we went through the rest of it. I think, like, the big takeaways is I've actually worked out that I don't like level 1 invades without information. I think we actually should have lost the game almost immediately from choosing to take their blue Gromp. And I also think Warwick was later in the game given too many opportunities from you taking some greedy power farm options. It's hard to, like, TLDR without the actual visual, but... Yeah, I mean, I stopped the review before you started losing the game. But... So now, yeah, in this one, I think we just have to let Xayah lose lane. I think we must allow Xayah to lose the lane. Because this top lane is going to be a problem. And Rek'Sai, 100% guaranteed, is going to look for a 3-camp gank. She is not going to beat us early. Like, early, level 1, 2. But as soon as she hits level 3, she is going to try to kill something. So we have Fog of War on. We have Volibear focused. We're zooming out a bit. Let's see the decision we end up making. So literally every game you walk into the topside jungle, drop a ward in the river, and then base for sweeper. You also try to get a deep ward of some sorts. We definitely... So I don't have an answer for this right away, but the last game definitely proved that our ward usage hasn't been giving us the information we need. So I think I'm just going to have to see more jungle early games to really work out the perfect wards. Yeah, this is maniacal. Trundle actually beats Darius early, but the matchup can swing either way. Exhaust Trundle, ghost Darius. Yeah, no, we gotta get up there. We gotta get up there. So you are pathing on the right side of the map. You are pathing starting on red. I think this has to be a Red Raptor's Gromp for optimal level 3. It's the level 3 speed run. What the fuck is this? Oh god, it's a level 1 Rek'Sai late invade. So this is weird as hell. I actually... Oh, right. I can't see wards. So they see you. Okay, now we're in a tough spot. This, in theory, shouldn't be a functional late invade, but actually their bot lane is way stronger than yours here, and our Sylas hasn't moved and doesn't have a punish right now. So you E for that. You flash smite. Okay. E-ing for vision is really smart. Rek'Sai is dead. We have tempo. Okay. We're losing time here, though. We can't kill. We're losing time. Oh, we're dead. Ugh. That's so bad, actually. I'm a little surprised this is how. You assume Sylas was typing? I think he's just slow pushing or not paying attention. I did watch these games live. I remember. Okay, so you're trying to figure out what to buy. It's a Dark Seal. Lovely buy. We path top. So I think this is becoming a... we lost our red, too. Using the E for vision, I love. And then you just win the smite fight. Which is weird, because that didn't look winnable. Okay, so... we don't have our stun. Their bot lane is all here. Ours can't help us. That's when I would just say, like... I think if I'm fully paying attention, I'd just say, like, yeah, this is never killable. And so it sucks that we die. We're flashless. Double root. What the fuck? That's disgusting. Yeah, he's really taking no advantage here. Okay, that's scuffed. I don't want... I want to say, like... The Vex thing looks like hindsight a lot, but I think we also just need to check for the fact that it is an imminent 1v3 and just not fight. Okay, so without red, it becomes harder to impact top lane. I'm looking top lane. What the hell is this? He's so giga pushed that Rek'Sai is allowed to level. She didn't even clear a camp. She just came out of base. Darius lives, but now we obviously know what Rek'Sai's focus is. So, tragically for us, I think this is completely ungankable. However, for the first time in our life, I think going for the crab is the right decision now. Because I just want to be up here longer to make sure I can counter gank Rek'Sai. Like, she would never be going for this crab. She'd be going for second camp. Bot lane just shows up here. Oh, she got her red. Yeah, because she never took your camp. She died and then took her red. So she went red, top, because Darius was hyper pushing somehow. I don't even know how he got this push. I really don't. Trundle would have had to screw up. Okay, so now we just have to have faith. Like, we know Rek'Sai is almost certainly going red, Krugs, Raptors. So now I think we can actually breathe and just assume the Darius is okay, especially since this is warded, this is crabbed, wave is pushing back into him. Please don't Q the wave, Darius. Alright, well, he might just win his fight, but it's kind of hard against Trundle. I think he's dead. Nope, close. Okay, there's nothing you can do about the Darius now, so we're just going to keep clearing. Good, good, good. Nothing to do. Okay, we check. Is there anything to do? Rek'Sai is either here or here, most likely, because she's not already ganking Darius. And so I'm looking here. This doesn't look particularly worth ganking with the Rek'Sai counter gank. This is a priority. 100% priority. I look down here. I'm thinking, I must counter gank this. So I want to go for crab. I want to go for crab here. So I can be as close as possible. Yeah, look, Rek'Sai's actually pinging this. Bot lane needs to get their wave shoved in. Aha! Good presence of mind, Ben. I think you were just going for Scuttle Crab and you weren't thinking about that, but still, that's why going for Scuttle Crab is a good decision. So Vex is randomly pushed up here. We have initiation here. We just get a freebie. Our bot lane is okay because they got the crash, but they're not recalling, so they've got to be careful. You're pathing back down to bots, which I do like, because we don't know for sure if Rek'Sai is going around here. Maybe wait a moment before committing our cooldowns to the crabs, or the Krugs, because I think Rek'Sai is right here. She's obviously not. Okay, we can do the Krugs now. And this is the kind of situation where I would actually really like to be a jungler with wards, because I want to place this ward here and maybe recall. Okay, let's look. What setup do we have? None. What escape do they have? Pyke is never catchable. They do have Caitlyn traps and zone control. I think this is a low percentage gank, especially since this Gromp is spawning, so we don't need to go for it. And we could just instead, like, if Rek'Sai's not here, where could she be? I mean, she has nothing to do. She might just, like, recall, go straight top, lane gank, dive with Trundle. So, I mean, I think it's more important to allow bot lane to recall and go top, take Gromp. They go aggro, though. So we do get the kill. And Rek'Sai turns out to be here. So when we make the decision to go for the gank, it looks like surely their priority is on... Wait. Yeah, surely their priority is on just crashing this. And it kind of looks like that. But then Pyke goes aggro right here at the worst possible time because they don't know where you are and they're not tracking you. So you get rewarded for the laners having, like, no awareness of you. Both AD carries die. We just have to back out. I don't know. How do we feel about this? If we were to look at this moment again. If that's your thought process, then that's fine. I'm fine with that because now they've committed. So you're just shadowing and making sure nothing can happen. You're yeah, I saw. I don't know. If I'm gonna get like really critical, it looks like you just went for it. Like you stopped for a moment, the back didn't start, you just immediately ran. You might have inhuman reaction time. I don't know. Or I will say, if that was your actual thought process, then I have no problems with this decision. Otherwise, yeah, it's low percentage. But in this case, you're reacting to something they do. Okay. I think we can justify that. But now we want to continue dominating the Rek'Sai, so we base. Ah, no! 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 It's not worth it at all! No! You could have Drake if you didn't base. Look how free this is. If you based earlier, this is almost done already. Then you go Wolves, Raptors spawn, bot lane has finished their shove already, Drake. Look. So we're setting up our base. Gromp has spawned. We want to get there as soon as we can, right? We want to keep being efficient. So we finished our play. We cancel this to eat 2 minions. Borb is right here. It's not a good cancel. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it hurts to watch back, doesn't it? Just go Gromp. No, we actually have a compelling case for Dragon here if you don't do that. Because, oh my god, yeah, look at her! Look what she's doing! She's just running around. Sylas shouldn't die to this. Oh, come the fuck on, Sylas. Are you kidding me? There we go. He kills her. He might look for more. I don't think he should. Where are you going, sir? Oh, we're fucking switching up our clear now. Okay, okay. Okay, so the argument for this one is that you want to... I mean, Trundle should be expected to take a base soon, yeah? So the argument in favor of this one is that you believe Darius will be ganked on his slow push by the time Trundle returns. So you don't have time for a full clear to match that. But you would value having red for that. So it is unlikely this concedes Drake in the next minute and a half or 2 minutes. It is unlikely. Because we would expect Rek'Sai to come out here and, like, you know, clear this, look top, clear this, look top mid. I can see the things in all chats. Hey, where are we going? We're on to Krugs. Okay, so let's look at the decision you made, like, when... So you're typing now. And then you decide to start pathing bot. This is the moment you decide to start pathing bot at. Once again, our Renata Xayah lane just doesn't have the setup we want. And this is a slightly pushing neutral wave state against a Pyke who should be ungankable if he doesn't overcommit. And a Caitlyn who can definitely stall you out as a Juggernaut. So I think this is a low percentage gank. But what happens? Let's see. They full commit, flash out, Pyke leaves. Pyke pins himself. And Pyke dies. Okay, that was some abysmal play by Pyke. Let's watch if Darius dies, actually. I want to see if Darius dies for this. So with the context of what just happened, I like going for Drake. Darius does not get punished for it. And I would have to imagine that Rek'Sai just cleared top to bot. And I think I actually got spoiled on that because this disappeared. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, she's here. She's here. She's in your top side camps.
Shut down.
I guess she left. She just hit the Sky's Bloom and left. Oh. Oh, what the fuck? She is here. I think she's getting desperate. This is not a winning game state for Rek'Sai, obviously. She didn't swing top like she was supposed to. Her Vex is sprinting it. She's not finding any dives bot. And now she's dead in her jungle. Yeah, this is game over for Rek'Sai. I like this only because there's nothing for you to do. But you, as soon as there's something to do, yeah, you tried to peel off there. It turns out Silas is just really god mode at this point. He's fighting a support 3 levels up. Not even close. Okay, so I will point out when people say this is a tempo loss, like what? When people say that the Herald is a tempo loss, it's because like while you were taking this spawned, Rek'Sai will be given an invade window because you did this. But more than likely, she should just try to kill Xayah. You are playing to a major win con. It's hard. Like, this is kind of forced, but you do turn off the tower. So you're good at forcing it at least. Do you die for this? No. How are you not? We're just doing some flaming, Jules. It's constructive. Okay, so when I look at this one, full health, no minion ready to dive. I mean, it's not low percentage, but it's not high percentage either. And I think the only reason you can look for it is because you're Volibear. Otherwise, like, Volibear Darius in particular, otherwise I'd be fucking terrified of this exhaust trundle right now. Okay, and then I see you say it's a low percentage, then you walk back, and then he walks over here, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, now it's actually gankable, he just griefed his positioning. You get your shield, you do this, Darius gets the pull, it's cleanly executed. So now my problem is that I'm factoring health bars in too much to my gank assessment. Especially since you did the responsible thing and thought like, oh yeah, it's not gankable. Oh wait, he just griefed. So yeah, you did the responsible thing here. But I think flashing earlier to stun would have been better. Like before he gets under turret, I think it makes it easier, like way easier. And then you might actually be able to get this entire turret and unlock your Darius, but I don't like making that play because I don't think it does unlock your Darius. I think it actually makes him vulnerable to Rek'Sai. Yeah, I actually don't want to crack his turret. I just want to give him plate gold. Should we flash? Should we like flash right here, right? I'm leaning towards it. I don't know for sure. I mean, it obviously reduces the risk of this play. Yeah, actually, as is, it's hard. Yeah. Just kill him faster, forehead. I mean, okay, so how's your damage forecasting? Okay, that is a meme. That is 100% a meme. How is your damage forecasting? Because if you know for sure that Darius is going to be able to get his hemorrhage as you're tanking and disabling the turret, because you're volley bear, I think you don't have to flash. Because, like, just watch how extreme this play is, right? Like, you guys get out both pretty healthy. So if you know your champion, I don't think you have to flash. Like, if you know your champion is just good at plays like that. I like the Herald here. I actually don't want to take his turret. It was the pillar that scared you. If there's too many unknown variables and you're just trying to win the game, then flash. If you have a reasonable idea of what's going to happen if you don't flash, then you can save it, or you can limit test it here. Like, you can, if you approach the situation like very intentionally thinking, I think I can kill him without flash and live, then just see if it works. Like, because the problem with me making a statement like that, like, we're just like, oh yeah, I think you should flash here earlier, is because I don't know the limits of your champion. And this implies the limits of your champion say you don't have to flash. Okay, so yeah, now my concern is Darius sufficiently fed to fend off the Rek'Sai? Because we took top turrets, which means lane phase isn't over. So I just don't know if Darius is in a favorable 1v2 position yet. He's only one level up on Trundle. If he has Mythic, he doesn't. Yeah, he's noticeably stronger than Trundle now. Like, he has won the lane. I think, okay, maybe Rek'Sai is pretty fucking useless, actually. And Darius can easily 1v2 that. Unstoppable. We're clearing bot to top again. Darius is trying to hide. He's trying to kill. I don't like what he's doing. Ben, when you see this, you need to be aware that there's a chance you might have to catch a wave top. So just keep catching top, like, path up there as efficiently as you can. Silas kills this easily. Yeah, it's not even close. Like, what are you doing, Rek'Sai? Okay, yeah. No, I'm not concerned at all if I'm Darius pushing up here, then. We do end up taking her jungle. Darius is moving back here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This game's kind of, like, so lopsided that I think we've already covered what we need to cover. You played your win con a lot more effectively and just made better ganks this game, and so you're rewarded with being ahead. But that being said, I think there were some noticeable efficiency losses that gave Rek'Sai windows that she didn't capitalize on, and if she did capitalize on them, then it would have been your fault you lost this game. I haven't. Your mom. Got him. Okay, last game. It's gonna be a Nocturne game. Jesus! This is the most... Okay. This is one of the most utterly ungankable games I've ever seen. I think Warwick can do something for you, but he's also into range. His sustain should be good. Okay, so if our bot lane has 0 setup, our mid lane has a really unreliable setup, and our top lane may be able to brawl. Meanwhile, our bot lane scales like crazy. Their bot lane exerts pressure, but not enough to ruin us. Like, Soraka Blitzcrank is not inherently blitz favored in lane, because they have the meat. Like, Soraka has to go Relic Shield, and they have to play very, very, very safe, but don't think you need to go ballistic on that one. You have a noticeable skirmish core on mid jungle. And you have a Jace who is probably getting his Lee Sin's attention. So I'm going to predict this game is very topside favored. Or like very, very... He's arguably struggling. Okay, sure. Yeah, that's cap. He's already got enough gunpowder in his Q and barrels. Yes, he does have enough damage. So we're putting more power into less explosive and more orange parts of his kit. I don't mind them buffing his W. It's pretty whatever. It's like, why are they giving him more damage on passive? And Gangplank is not fucking struggling. You're just bad at him. That champion is really good. I don't know if he's really good in solo queue though. Yeah, I don't care if they buff orange. It's whatever. Are the patch notes out? We should read the patch notes before I end stream. I'm gonna have some two-head takes on stream. Based. Alright, let's watch this game. I think I have to path towards top. I think it's another... Jesus Christ, every game just looks like Red Raptors Gromp. How crazy is that? And the reason I would do that one is because I do not anticipate that Lee Sin will full clear. And I just want to be available to, like, protect my Warwick. Let's immediately go Fog of War. So I'm playing Nocturne. Level 6 is really, really important to me. If I can power farm to 6, I'm super happy with it. But again, that's an if I can. We're not always given the luxury to power farm. So we've just got to check things out. It looks like we are taking the shittiest comp in the known universe at level 1 and trying to invade with it. So I guess we're gonna fight the Blitzcrank. It's okay. Well, that is a play. We must leave now. We're not staying here. This isn't a real play. Like, we can't... So this, going back to game 2, is kind of like why we shouldn't expect the Warwick to go vertical, now that we've had time to think about it. Because, like, I don't know. Technically, they could have all run here, but they also could just be planning to group up on us on this buff and effectively late invade their own jungle. So, I think it's just not... You're late. You're late on this recall. Ah, no! No. Our bot lane's giving us nothing this game. Not really. Oh, I would totally expect Lee Sin to be topside, so I need to match. Also, we just saw Lee Sin. We're opposite map. Okay, fuck. So, our Warwick is left to fend for himself now. And we don't even get anything reliable on the other side of the map. I hate starting top here. We're going to do our full clear. This Lee Sin information is nothing new. You should just know where he is even without the ward. Echo just flashed. No, he just eat. Well, okay, heavy trading makes this way more appealing to gank, actually, so we might be able to find something. I would go red here. I would go red. And then since Echo still doesn't have the shoved yet... And Xerath hold it. Nah, okay. So there's nothing here for us, so we're just on red. So yeah, I think if you take the red, you have like maybe a window there because of the heavy trading, but we don't end up finding it. Could there be a Lee Sin counter gank? Yeah. Is it high risk? Yeah, but I don't think Xerath's at risk at all. That is until he dies. Okay, so now we're obviously pinging this, but Warwick cannot back off. It is not possible for Warwick to back off. He must crash this or he's screwed. And so he's decided to be screwed. That's our fault. That's our fault. This freeze is our fault. because we started to topside. This will almost never work. They saw us. Don't show. Do not show. Do not. No. So it turns out we've already shown and just missed the ward, right? Sweep. It just appears for a moment and we don't see. So we don't know that we've shown. But, like, look at this position, right? Okay, Soraka is fucking here with no health and no setup. Twitch is pushing forward, right? But you, like you cannot just skip this wall. Kayn can gank this. Okay, Kayn is actually allowed to gank this. Talon is allowed to gank this. Nocturne, no. You have to move all the way around here. You're never catching anybody. Like, it's good to notice that it might be an opportunity because of their health bars. Maybe you should flake. Yeah, maybe. Solo queue Kayn is pretty damn good, actually. And you really need to develop your jungle fundamentals to, like, get Kayn into a good spot, so. Like, Kayn, Talon, both gank this. I freaking Pyke ganks this. He wall hops. But you're never playing Pyke jungle. Zac ganks this, I guess. But you have to trust Twitch's damage. As is, like, you're a champion who will rely on your allies' opportunities for now. So the fact that you even showed in the first place, like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter because what should be happening at 340 is that you just take this crab and then you're going to reset, walk back, your Gromp will spawn in 30 seconds. Like, because there's nothing to do here. So you're doing the right thing. And Lee Sin's not going to find anything either because Warwick fucked himself. But, oh, stop. Save your Warwick. Go do efficient things. Imagine if Blitzcrank hooks you here, and they know you're here. Oh! He tried! Wow! Who could have guessed? Okay, Warwick should not be at risk of dying, right? This just appeared. Warwick is at risk. But now that it's slow pushing back, he's not punished as much as he could have been. Okay, so we back on Hearthbound Axe. When did we have enough for Hearthbound Axe? We actually don't get our optimal base right away. Do you have Futures Market? Wait, this shit costs how much? This doesn't cost 1100. Am I dumb? One moment. It's just 1k. So our optimal base, yeah, it actually costs 1k. Our optimal base is 1100. How do we set up a reliable 1100? I actually forgot this was 1000. I guess that means our optimal might be dead? Okay, so wait, this is... The entire clear is 600 gold. Plus crab, I actually don't know the value of crab. Well, we, like, estimate our clear at 600 gold. Ulti Hunter, yeah, that makes sense. Eyeball collection. If you're going Sweeper, go Zombie Ward, I think. Crab is like 75. Okay, so like our clear with a crab in it is about 700 gold. Like 750 gold. And there's the passive stuff. And dude, it's so easy to play the game as Diana then. What the hell? You just get to base on a blasting wand like every time, reliably. I think you would have guaranteed, like, you wouldn't have guaranteed your optimal base by pathing bot to top, but you would have made it way more likely because a fight would have broken out, and I think you win it. If you gank Lee Sin second. Like, if you counter gank Lee Sin. As is, we're behind on tempo. Warwick is salvaging his lane, but... How do I get one? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. How do we actually solve the optimal first back problem? Oh, I just got spoiled, actually. We actually just got screwed. Yeah, fuck. That sucks. Well, Warwick's gonna get dove, isn't he? No, you can't dive a barrier, Warwick. No, you can't dive that, champ. I actually want to find out. Yeah, I'm really curious as to how we do that reliably. So let's say I'm Ivern, whose optimal first base is like 950. I get that every time, don't I? Okay, hold on. Let's see what's going on. So we're looking, right? They're not dying to this. You're sweeping, you're covering them, you're using your bot lane's wave. I like this. We could argue for... I actually don't mind escorting them back to lane and pathing to Krugs through there. If we've lost track of Lee Sin. Although if he took this, he should be slow and like full clearing. Where's my note? I took notes on like how much exactly every camp is worth in terms of gold, not XP. So if I can find that. There it is. Okay. Oh yeah, because Krugs are worth more than 100. Actually, that's why. Krugs are worth an unusual amount. Okay, so the only reason you'd be doing this right now is... Okay, I shouldn't say only reason. Okay, so yeah, you are doing this because you expect a Lee Sin counter gank, and you have no camps, and I think this is a great decision then. Yeah, the thing is rounding everything to 100 also, like, offsets the fact that Krugs are more valuable. You choose to recall. You're on time for your camp's top lane for once, which is really good. Yeah, I don't know. I think the game got way harder with just pathing towards bot lane. I can't use Ivern as my example because he still doesn't get full value off Krugs, I think. One moment. Let me know if you guys see anything funny, because I'm alt-tabbing. He gets most of it. He actually does get a level 4 full clear now, but I don't think he gets full value. Why am I just watching this? Where's our Nocturne? Oh, we made an invade decision. Hold on, I actually have to assess this one. Ivern gains Krugs. Ivern gains 85 gold from Krugs instead of 131, and he does gain less experience from Krugs still. However, it is enough for him to get level 4, so it is worth clearing. It's because he gets the value of 2 medium Krugs instead of 3, and of 3 mini Krugs instead of 6. That's why. Oh. That was a bad sneeze. You're my favorite. Let's see the decision. What information do we have here? So let's start watching from our recall. Lee Sin was just seen here. He's probably on a base. I mean, I would expect him to be... Okay, so we immediately go for Crab and we immediately invade him. And just, why the fuck are we allowed to get this? Why is he mid? Wait, where is he? What? Oh my god, he's trying to do Drake right now. What the fuck? Soraka's in a terrible spot. But she plays it really well. Lee Sin dies. This is a fucking mess. Could we have predicted this? Yes, I agree. Like, there are so many terrible, terrible, terrible mistakes. And I make them all. I make every one of them. I'm only smart when I'm watching the game. I don't even feel like that's that unpredictable, to be honest. I did. It's not even hindsight. If I'm playing the game, if I'm playing the game at this speed, if it is half speed, I can predict and I can look around the map freely because I'm not focused on piloting my champion. I can predict things pretty reliably as support. Okay, let's watch the gank on Jace. Oh, I did miss your gank on Jace.
Red team double kill.
Solid. It's one of those things where if we're using just our gank fundamentals, this doesn't look like an angle. However, Warwick has really, really good setup, so that actually is a gank fundamental, and I'm just talking out of my ass. So Warwick has really, really good setup for us.
Red team double kill.
Just take it. He jumps in like a maniac. Yeah, cool. Our play is over, and Lee Sin has just respawned, so what right do we have to walk back into his jungle, by the way? We split a plate, then walk into his jungle, then we still haven't taken our top camps. Also, we have no mid prio, and our top laner likely wants a base. Yeah, no, I hate this invade. Yeah, that's pretty much what I said. Do you see why I do things in writing now, Ben? Like, this is why my VOD reviews are in writing, because invariably I will say some dumb shit like that and have to edit it out. Every time. I'm like, yeah, from Gank Fundamentals, because, like, yeah, from some of the Gank Fundamentals, but not all of them. Like, you have good positioning. Just because I'm looking at health bars and enemies' proximity to tower, like, doesn't mean there's no gank. Okay, and yeah, like, we should be... I mean, we got 6 so late this game, right? When are we trying to get 6? So, like, if mid laners and top... If solo laners get 6 around 6 minutes to 6:30, do we want ours at, like, 8:30? 9? If you can get yourself on an 8-minute level 6, you're really happy, yeah? I need to stretch. Okay. Happy is 7 minutes. That does sound early. Okay, happy is 7 minutes, and I would expect, like, 8. Okay. I'm thinking support, and the only reason I'm thinking support is because I'm roaming and missing XP constantly. It's because I want my 80 carry to hit 6 before I do, usually, so. I also probably over-roam a bit, so my like, I sometimes hit 6 at 9 minutes, 9:30 in my games, but I'm also not getting as much XP as you guys. Are you getting more XP than the duo lane? Yeah, and then you die and have to respawn, and oh no, your Gromp is gone again, right? Yeah, and that's where I'm going wrong, because I'm not duo laning half the time. I'm fucking not getting XP. I do over-roam slightly. Or I do sacrifice my XP a little too much, especially when I'm playing some shit like Pyke. My perma-roam is a problem. I don't think you could have had a reasonable contest with where your teammates were, so... It's one of those, like, power farm to recover sort of things. Okay, I don't know how much more there is to say about this game. Other than, yeah, no, I hate your game plan. I think your game plan is really bad. I would definitely prefer to interact with this. Because of how we played, our Warwick actually was put into a bad situation. Like, once you ended up opposite side of the map of Lee Sin, and he was under threat, and Warwick ended up not being able to crash, and he lost significant resources for being frozen on, and then eventually got the slow push, thank goodness. Some more efficiency losses. I like that you're hovering stuff and just being present in case something happens while you're recalling, but you are canceling yourself on your base too much, and you are falling behind. This game and the last game, like the ones that you won, they have been way better in terms of, like, clear efficiency than the first two, and then also our reviews from comp games off-stream. But it's also like, yeah, like, nothing's gonna happen here, ever. So just clear your crab. We're at 930 gold. Yeah, it's friggin' wild. And we're Nocturne, like, we need resources. Volibear can kind of get away with it. Just because you're such a stat ball, like, it's going to gimp our scaling, and we already don't have good scaling as Volibear, but at least we can... At least our plays can make up for it. Now, we need the resources on Nocturne, though. So, like, if you're skipping a camp, if, like... Okay, jungling is like horizontal split pushing. Right. That is the stupidest thing I've ever said. Jungling is like horizontal split pushing, and in that, like, split pushers, like... split pushers have to check what's going on between every wave, like, constantly, right? So, as, like, the microsecond a split pusher is done clearing the last minion of their wave, they're looking everywhere. It's like, who's gonna come down here? Is anybody gonna come down here? What's my next decision? Do I push further for the turret? Do I take their Gromp? Do I take their Krugs? Do I rotate into the, like, mid thing here? And so, in that sense, like, you're doing the same thing, but earlier in the game. It's like every individual camp decision you make is motivated by something about to happen. So, like, if I'm playing Nocturne here and I'm doing my... And I'm going to make the decision to skip a camp because I see something that I am needed for here. Like, I anticipate Lee Sin's going to be here and I have to intervene, or I just see, like, a golden opportunity because my top laners have been trading a lot. But I skip that camp with the understanding that as soon as I'm done here, I'm going right back to it and I'm finishing my clear. Yeah, that's a good idea. So yeah, your loss of efficiency lost this Gromp, which means if we need to cover... I don't think we need to cover him here, though, so we're good. We're kind of looking mid, but we don't really have, like, a lot to do, so we don't see a gank. Okay, time to do the... Yeah, it's like actually the one I do want to point out again is exactly this. So I'm starting my... Because we made this decision, it's like, okay, we'll full clear it down. I'm watching, right? Number one priority is getting level 3. The sooner we're level 3, the sooner we have more options. So we're doing blue, we're doing Gromp, and the only way to finish this is to... Actually, does Gromp Raptors work? Yes, it does. So we could do buff Gromp Raptors, but that makes no sense. So we're doing buff Gromp Wolves. We are level 3, we're watching the map. Okay, we're seeing heavy trading mid lane, so I want to pay attention to this. So Xerath ends up dying, but I'm aware that my Xerath has TP. Because I'm aware of that, I want to skip Raptors, go red, because that may create an opportunity for me later. If it does create an opportunity, I gank mid, and then I just return, finish my clear. Raptors, Krugs, probably time to recall. Take a Scuttle Crab, most likely. Probably time to recall, and... Or by that point, it would be maybe... Red, gank, Scuttle, Raptors, Krugs, recall, back top. Like, that's my play. We're making our camp decisions to keep our options open as much as possible. Taking this before the red, after seeing this kind of trading, I think does limit your options into just finishing your full clear, and then Warwick's fucked. But he was fucked from minute 1 when we made their decision. This role is goddamn cool. I love it. I want to jungle more, but I don't want to be verbally abused. Now that I actually know the fundamentals, it's so goddamn cool. Oh. Yeah, exactly. You put jungle anywhere in your roles, you always get jungle, and then you get flamed. I play mute all now, though, so I don't really care. I just make my own decisions, and then just whatever happens, happens. Just to recap, the actual gank fundamentals that you should be paying attention to, like that I was not paying attention to today during the entire review. You need to track the enemy jungler to make sure you're not going to get counter ganked. You need to check your wave position and state. You need to check the enemy and ally HP. You need to check the enemy positioning, and you need to check your own CC and mobility for setup, and their CC and mobility. If you only consider some of those factors, you end up with assessments like mine, where you don't think the Jace is gankable by Warwick. And if you don't check them, you can also end up with assessments like yours, where you just show on the map and give up like all your tempo. You throw it all to the moon, and what the hell is going on here? Alright, Twitch. Cool. Jungle is cool! And the coolest thing is if you really just drill this into your head, you can make the decisions in game too. It's not just hindsight. Like, I'm actually taking principles from this. My definition of hindsight analysis so far, but I love this counter gank, by the way. Beautiful. I only considered hindsight analysis if there's literally no transferable knowledge. You want to be results-oriented, not results-based. Okay, let's do some chat. I need to do like a clear check. Give me a moment. What champ should we test with? It can't be Ivern, unfortunately. I'll use the excuse for some fiddle practice, I guess. What's more valuable here? Ingenious or ulti? Ingenious or ulti? It's probably ulti for now. Yeah, whatever. I don't need to get my runes perfect for a fucking clear practice. I can't use the sand one anymore because it has a sound effect on the E that just drives me ballistic. Okay. So let's just check how much we're getting off each camp. And I'm not going to accelerate anything. Wait, do I have music playing here? Weird. I guess I wasn't formally logged into how I was viewing the replays. How long did these last? 130 seconds? Perfect. I guess this is a bad example because I'm starting with 25 extra gold. I just want to see, like, expected value of a full clear. Because it should be like... Okay, how many camps are worth less than 100? Both buffs are worth 100. Raptors are 85. Wolves are 95. Gromp is 90. Krugs are 131. That's why that's right. I generalized everything to 100 gold per camp because the Krugs offsets the lower value of the other camps. That's right. Let's see if I remember exactly how to do this clear. Move my keyboard forwards. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Okay. I just learned some optimizations, so I'm gonna see if I get it right. Oh, come the fuck on. No, I blundered the optimization. Fuck. Why did the... No, don't keep burning, you fuckers. Okay, one sec. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to walk up and auto-attack the blue. Drain them both. Reposition to, like, here. Fuck! How am I getting this so wrong? We're gonna start from the beginning. I don't care about time. I do not care about time. Wait, no, I do, because we have... I'm rusty on this clear, guys. I'm sorry.
Minions have spawned.
Actually, I probably should have just done that one, shouldn't I? Which one's Control-Shift-O? Okay. It's easy. It's not that bad at all. You can't do this on red side, but when you hit the wolves, you auto-attack the blue, drain them both. You're slightly outside of wolf range, but now you're here. I'm outside of blue. Yeah, because I'm supposed to be fucking here. That's where I'm supposed to be. Okay, whatever. I'm supposed to be standing right here. God damn you, Fiddle Clears. That one's not even hard with practice. You just have to do it consistently. Alright, I want to group them up for my E. There we go. Oh god, I might. How have I blundered a Fiddle Clear so bad? This is not possible to screw up! Okay, I missed my E on a Gromp! This is literally not possible to screw up. Oh my god. Ah! Performance anxiety. That's what it is. I blame you guys. Fucking hell. That's not the one I wanted to press at all. I want to Control-Shift-J, actually. Yeah, there we go. Okay, move down here into wolf range. I'm not going to get my suck on the blue. I move over here. It keeps both of them. You see how fucking easy it is, guys? It's really not hard. And then I just kite you over here. E the Gromp. It's really not hard! At all! Yes, everything's on one patience bar. That is okay. That was a 2 smite. Jesus, what am I doing? Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm focusing the blue buff instead of the Gromp. Fucking hell. Okay, I'm not even pathing. I'm just... Oh, and I'm supposed to actually auto-attack that position right here. I'm not, but I did the thing anyway. And then I just do this. And then I just wait. And it's at 300, so I'll be okay, even if it's out of leash range. The Fiddle Clear is not that goddamn hard. And then I've obviously gotten an inefficient Krug clear, but... I am mauling. I am mauling. I am mauling. Either way, yeah, as we see, I'm gonna go up to the crab, and I'm gonna be on like 850, 900 gold. Sweet, I get to use the bush. Yeah, I would base on 850. But then at this point, I would look for a play, and if I find one, then I get to base on, like, 1100, right? I got my alternator. Instead, I would prefer to base on Sork Shoes. Like, if I'm allowed to base on Sork Shoes, that's ideal. So, Fiddlesticks is optimal first clear. Probably includes an invade. If you can get your hands on one. Early play with Predator. Or you can't use Predator yet, but the Fear. I'm actually so goddamn mad. I have to do it again. I'm so pissed off. What the fuck am I doing? I have to do this clear again. I'm so mad. Okay, usually you would... Fuck, I'm not supposed to hit it yet! Okay. Go away. Okay. It's very, very simple. Auto-attack the wolves. Auto-attack the blue. Come down here. It drains everything. You reposition to, like, here. Just underneath this bush. There's an obvious, like, consistent spot. It's right here. I really blundered this, but the 56 will be enough. Actually, it won't be because... Yeah, it won't be enough solely because I've, Yeah, so I've lost efficiency. The actual fiddle mains would do more. And now I still have my smite. I'll just pop it there, pop. And then what are you at? I'll just pop my W. There we go. There, it's not that hard. And then you go over here, you auto-attack the raptor, you E the buff, you wait on the buff to show up. I have to go like here. There we go. I did level Q. Yeah, I'm very an AFK, Ben. I just need to be... I'm so tilted. I just need to know that I know how to do the fiddle clear. And then I can leave the leash range. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, fucking whatever. We did it. We base on like 950, okay? We base on like 950. I'm gonna de-tilt. I'm actually so mad. Okay, I finished molding. I finished molding. In my defense, guys, you would level Q there if you were watching the map and noticed something critical happening. In my defense. Fuck! Okay, yeah, just... Yeah, I don't, guys, I don't even play Fiddle. I don't even play Fiddle, yeah. Alright, one moment. Oh, it's just the Fiddle ticks message. Alright, let's read patch notes. Okay. That is a warning that if you don't play Fiddlesticks frequently enough, you should always warm up your clear before you play a game. I think that's what that means. Always warm up your Fiddle clear. Alright, where's my OneNote? Here it is. I might have Twitch chat a little more off. Alright, wait. And I'm just going to refresh myself in the context of 12.6. We had a very low impact Azir change. We had a moderate boost to Darius. Hecarim got pushed out of the meta almost entirely. Alawi got quality of life to give the player more control over tentacle spawns. Jax got like just a minor buff. That's nice in all situations. Nidalee got nice small changes, but I still hate the champion until she can be an enchanter again. Rengar got power impacting quality of life buffs. The Leap Ferocity stuff was big, the E-Cast time was big. Rengar didn't end up seeing, like, a lot more top-level play on this patch, but people are definitely still investigating him, and so I need to keep him at the back of my mind. And Tryndamere got a meaningful but not ankle-breaking nerf. So that's how the meta changed on the last patch a little bit. I think I was pretty accurate on my assessment of most things. I said that Rengar's issue was not a lack of damage, it was a lack of consistency and a reliance on hard jungle diff, but I think he was given more consistency. And I think top lane Rengar actually gained more power than jungle, yeah? And then there was the whole lifesteal debacle, where 80 carries complained a little bit, and I didn't properly assess Graves of Aphelios Viego during that time, but... Alright, let's see what we have. Gangplank. Like, what the fuck is this? He's gaining almost 100 damage on his passive by endgame. He does not need this. So, I mean, the orange change is just whatever. It's kind of nice. It's mana, right? Yeah, it's scaling mana. So this is like endgame power. All of Gangplank's buffs are endgame power. Buffed solely in endgame power, but let me just refresh my memory. And I'll check Gangplank on the League wiki, because I don't like making judgments on changes without being up to date. What applies Trial by Fire? Anything? Only his autos, right? Yeah, it has to be his autos. And when he detonates his barrel, he refreshes the passive, but it doesn't apply Trial by Fire. Okay. Buffed solely... So, yeah, Gangplank is buffed solely in endgame power, and only when he can actually AA somebody. Gangplank was not lacking damage, so I actually don't... That makes me think this buff isn't going to dramatically increase his win rate. I don't think Gangplank's going to be like much higher priority, but he should have been on our radars already. Yeah. Gangplank. So the actual situations in which this buff matters is like when you blow up 3 people with a barrel and then you run forward and auto attack the 4th one. If that guy's tankier, he'll die too. Like. The one time where this might matter is like... Okay, buff might matter in end of lane assess side lane duels. I think we just assess his side lane duels a little more after that, and maybe he wins them harder. Okay, Gangplank should be on our radar as a top meta threat, but not because of this buff. That's what I think. If he does end up becoming meaningfully stronger, it's because his side laning got way better. Gwen! Okay, that's kind of whatever. This is big. So Gwen is going to get... Gwen's cooldown refund upon her first basic attack is higher, but Gwen's sustain just went up pretty dramatically. Is Gwen the kind of... Oh, hold on. I actually have to update Gangplank. Like, just note for Gangplank that he got updated this patch. I like to keep my notes in order. So he got updated 12.7. I have nothing to change in my quick reference. For Gwen, updated 12.7. And I do have to update the needlework cooldown in my quick reference. 90, 80. Okay. I just start 12.9. I don't think this E-change means anything a lot. Needless to say. Her pattern of dominating pro is a thing because pro players are just better at piloting Gwen early. Is this trapped music? No, thank you. So the way I perceive Gwen right now, I mean, I still don't have her purpose statement written, which is hard, but Gwen is definitely one of the better team fighting melee carries. She's really good at edge team fighting. She's really good at just sectioning off a few people, taking a 1v3, 1v4, sustaining it back up, making space for her team, getting herself out. So I think that E-change... Okay, so what's the cooldown at? It's gonna be 9 seconds already. It's going from... Well, if we do this, like, exactly early game... I don't even have to type it into my calculator. She's losing... She's gaining 1.3 seconds on E at rank 1 if she hits something. Not nothing, but... That's not nothing at all, actually. But that's not a lot. And then it's even worse late game. Like, Gwen is going to be... she's going to be using her E 0.9 seconds faster. That's kind of exciting. The issue with Gwen is she's really matchup dependent. Okay, so what I'm going to say about this change is that Gwen remains MU dependent, and changes aren't substantial. Like, and changes aren't huge for lane power. Are they? No, the ult change is big. The ult change is big. The ult change is big. Gwen can only really fight you when she has her ultimate. Because it's... Is that true? Okay, yeah, change doesn't affect her pick conditions at all. That's really what I was trying to say here. So this change isn't going to affect her pick conditions. However, Gwen has more agency post 6. And should feel better in those spots. So Gwen is going to be a bit more appealing to have on your team again, I think. But you won't pick her in new conditions. Sorry. There's a sneeze coming and it's not coming. Oh, it's gone! It just went away. That's frustrating. Okay, we have a Jace stats change. Jace is getting health growth increased. He's losing 40 health at level 1, but he's going to be tankier later. He's losing 5 armor. One moment. We gotta plug this into something. Okay. Let's open this. Okay, I made this a while ago. So let's plug in some new values. So Jace is going from 560 to 520. Come on. Jace going from 560 to 520. His HP per level is changing. God, I don't want to figure out this formula. Because it's not as clear as it seems at all. There's some funky-ass formula in here for health growth. See, because look, it says right now, if I go to N, Jace gains plus 90 HP per level, right? However, 560, that's not plus 90. So, I mean, but that is the correct number. That's the issue. It's because of the, where is it, like... Yeah, we have, like, these things for health. So his initial health per level is 90. And do I have an easy way? Oh, wait, no, it's fucking right there. Thank God, I forgot. So his new health per level is 95. Okay. Then Jace is going from 27 to 22 armor. Which is big. And his armor per level is going from 3.5 to 3.8. So Jace's effective health against physical... Did I get everything, by the way? Yeah, I think I did. So Jace's effective health per level against physicals at level 1 is going down almost 100. So that's actually a pretty substantial nerf. That's really bad. And then it actually becomes better by endgame, but like, look at all state. When does it even out? It evens out around level 12. Yeah, between 12 and 13 is when it like passes. That's really bad, guys. That's a high impact nerf. I might tweet that one out actually later, so I'll save this. Okay, so Jace is getting hit pretty hard. Almost approximately 100 HP against physical damage lost in lane, which is a significant nerf. Jace brawl potential down, much more vulnerable to ganks, requires noticeably higher investment from jungler. Okay. Callista's getting some... Oh wait, Callista has yet to be seen in pro this season because she is dog shit. So what should we do? Attack speed growth is higher, which is nice. Base movement speed on Callista. Oh wait, her jump distance is only with movement, like boot tier, right? Okay, I don't think this base mana buff is meaningful at all unless people do some weird shit with Qmax again. So I guess we have to watch out for that. And then I will just, I'm gonna go adjust my notes again. I don't usually do these on stream. Jace has gone a long time without a patch. Callista. I mean, it's nice. Decent for scaling. I feel like I might be underestimating these changes a little bit. Baseline stat buff needs to be assessed. Mana change has minor potential to boost Qmax power. AS growth could make her relevant if the scaling is stronger. Just watch her. I need to watch her. I can't assess the changes here. Qmax is really good in the right situations. Like, Kalista top was a thing for a moment because she could instantly clear the wave. So a lot of people have been doing, like, Q, EQ, EQ, R, Q, and then W. I've seen that one before. It's kind of like the Akshan leveling. This is the most unnecessary buff in the universe. And I will take full advantage of that as I'm playing jungle lately. But I wish I could say more about Kalista, but I just have to watch her. What's Karthus auto range? I feel like I should know this. I feel like it's like 525 or something. It's 450? Oh my god, he has 450 attack range. That's Thresh level. Okay. What's the consequence of Karthus having more, like a faster clear? The consequence is he's given more opportunities to look for things. Yeah, faster Karthus clear equals more opportunities to interact with high setup lanes or invade a level 3 ganker. Karthus jungle should be stronger. It's good. Okay, Lee Sin is getting nerfs. What is this? Oh, the Swain changes are on PvE? Okay. Without reading. I want power out of W. I want hook intact. I want sustain on Q. I think Swain needs +5 move speed and some sustain on Q. I think that's what Swain needs. And then, like, take some power out of his burst combo, like a little bit. Like W doesn't need the range it has, and W can afford to do damage. E can be reduced in power a little bit, I guess. Like, I don't really care. Just, or maybe no. Pull some range out of the W, pull some damage out of the passive, give him Q damage, and then that will weaken support Swain. But so long as Swain has a hook and a burst combo, he's playable. So, I can't wait to read that. Actually, fuck, stupid Lee Sin taking up my time. What a bastard! I hate him. Okay, what are they doing to Lee? They're trying to bring down his clear speed, so Sonic Wave damage is going down by 5. By 5. Oh, I'm gonna have something to do in a moment. Like 20 minutes. Okay. So that's cool. The minimum damage is also going down by 5. The maximum damage is going down by 10. Lee Sin is losing 20 damage in a combo. Oh, I guess his base AD is going down too. That's a little more impactful. Okay. Q change is -20 damage. Sorry, no, it's -15 at most! What? That's so insignificant for Lee Sin. The base AD... Base AD just hits general clear speed. Is Lee Sin slightly overpicked? Yes, I do think so. Is Lee Sin gonna be bad? No. So this change means nothing for me because I already don't pick Lee Sin like constantly, and I already don't think he's one of the best junglers in the game. Since I already believe Lee Sin to just be an okay jungler with who is picked for flexibility, I don't see any impact. I've been saying that a lot lately in these patches, just low impact changes. Lilia. Oh, isn't this one big? Isn't Lilia actually getting a lot here? Okay, Lilia is getting more healing against champ. Ooh, nice ratio buff. This is not necessary. Keep in mind, guys, that this damage is tripled in the center. Plus 30 damage on her W, I guess. I mean, I'll take it. Okay. Funny burst combo. More impactful. Healing changes larger. Lilia should now feel good in her... Lilia should now feel good in her niche. So, like, if you're picking Lilia... If you're picking Lilia... Oh, the tweet. Thank you, thank you. If you're picking Lilia in a game where she doesn't just get point-and-click CC'd, I think she actually will feel meaningfully better. Because Lilia had a problem where she, like, you could just pick her in a good situation and she still wouldn't feel like you could do anything because you would just get bursted down. I think against enough sustained damage, like 8% ratio, how much does that matter? Because the tick, 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 how often does it tick? It's 1 per second, right? Or is this oh, I gotta check. I gotta check. If I don't look up Lilia right now. Is that total healing over time, or is that healing per tick? Oh, it's total. It's total healing. Healing changes larger. It's plus 8% AP. Okay, I think basically, no, it's not as big as I thought. Lilia just has some more oomph to her. Not enough to make her like a top tier jungler or anything. I think Lilia players will be happy with this, and I would be kind of happy to pick Lilia from time to time. Neeko's been hidden from pro play despite being a strong tomato in solo queue. Her on-hit build is quite popular in past metas. So, oh no. Oh no, uh-oh. Wait, what do they do exactly? Plus 40 damage? Plus 40? On a 3-hit? Okay, the problem with on-hit Neeko is that your Q sucks. Your Q is so useless on on-hit Neeko. So you're a 3-ability champion, but the 3 abilities you get make you a weird defensive marksman. Is this Neeko top? Is this actually unironically Neeko top? Wait, is this fucking Nashor's Rocket Belt Neeko top? Is that how you play her now? I think this might be Neeko top. I think that's what these changes mean. That's a lot of damage if you have attack speed. That is a lot of damage for an on-hit. Build like Kale. I don't like the Riftmaker on Neeko. I don't think that makes sense. But, oh god. Okay, okay. Neeko. On hit Neeko, dramatically buffed. Plus 40 damage every 3 hits is nothing minor. I expect Nashor's Neeko top to be a legitimate pick. Assess proper ADC Neeko. No, I mean, Rocket Belt is so good. I mean, you can go Everfrost, but, like, the point of Nico Top is to be, like, off-brand Kennen. Where your moment is worse, the moment of the flank is worse, and then what you contribute afterwards is better. Ooh. Ooh. The Q change is the big one, I think. Base health regen is decreased. Okay. Pantheon is no longer slow. I mean, these are nice. Nice assortment of buffs, which should meaningfully increase Pantheon's lane strength, especially in poke and short trades. Which also makes Pantheon scaling a little better, because Pantheon doesn't scale badly anymore. That E is really good. Like, if Pantheon... Every time Pantheon can do more than all on you, that's good. Very good for the champion. Because now it means matchups like Aurelia are more playable. With Pantheon cannot play into Aurelia. Because he will never 100 to 0 her, and that was basically all he could do. So Aurelia will eat his combo with W, get chunked, heal, kill him. Support Pantheon likes this a little bit for the Q range in melee matchups. Top Pantheon likes this. Mid Pantheon likes it, but it's not much better. Jungle Pantheon's not a real thing at this point. Okay, should feel buff more in top, but support is not... yeah, but support is also positively impacted. Do I think Pantheon is going to be in the meta? No. I think I need to learn more about current Pantheon to really know where he's pickable. Cannot properly assess Pantheon buffs without understanding more about Pantheon. This is also good. It's better roams too, god. Okay, so Rengar had some broken turret interactions, so they're fixing those. Also bumping up his damage against monsters to compensate to some clear speed he lost. So apparently he did lose clear speed, and I didn't know. And he is... Okay, whatever. Rengar. Abuse cases on structures patched out. Given slight bump to clear speed. Yeah, it is what it is. That's just what it is. He just got that. That's cool. Fixed a bug where Gromp did not... Okay, Rise is a problem. And they really don't like tank Rise, even though that's the point of him right now. So what they're doing is they're again nerfing Rise's Q damage, but they're not touching its base damage. While stack health while deal carry levels of damage, that is a joke. That's not true. Refining his hypercarry identity, I mean, yeah. Which will also be receiving nerfs this... Oh, they're nerfing Winter's Approach? Aren't they buffing his damage? They are slightly buffing his AP ratio and slightly nerfing his mana ratio. Yes, I haven't gotten to that part yet. And you... Wait... No, like, you... No, okay, hold on. That's the stupidest argument I've ever heard. Because you can't just say, like... You can't just say I'm not right for saying he does carry levels of damage, because they're talking about him now and then buffing him. He doesn't do carry levels of damage because they're buffing him. They can't write that. It's not a real argument. Rise is, I mean, I don't know. More damage nerfs for tank Rise. Check back after reading his item changes. It should be a nerf to tank Rise, but they are increasing his AP ratio. Okay, here comes the juicy changes. Monkey. Okay, are you ready for some wacko shit, guys? Okay, Wukong. Q cooldown up 1 second. All ranks. Lovely. Actually, should I have... I need to go back and do some stuff, damn. Okay, awesome. Good for everything. Wukong W cooldown is down at high ranks. I imagine Wukong maxes this last. Wukong can now dash over walls. Okay, bonus magic damage against monsters. Okay, cool. It's going... Nimbus Strike's going from 50 to 80. Bonus damage. The AP ratio is going up. Sure. Sure. Okay, so Wukong just got some amazing tools. Just received amazing tools for jungling. Minor power up in top lane, but jungle allows him to capitalize on his skirmish identity. Guys, there's a very, very real chance that Wukong ends up being a legitimately very strong jungler from this. So I'm not going to go ahead and claim he's like top 5, top 10 yet, but I want to watch this because look, clear speed buff, clear speed buff, clear speed buff. That's big. And like this is just generally good for him. It's giving him more disruption options. Dash valuable in all contexts. Wukong expected much better. Like Wukong needs to be able to incite chaos to be good. This helps him incite chaos a lot. Despite my match history, yeah, sure. Alright, what are they getting? Yasuo, okay, this is a, it's not a placebo buff, but like, yeah, whatever. Yasuo's ult is up constantly. Yasuo durability up early. Less punishable in his appropriate contexts. And given that the best time to pick Yasuo is when you can ensure he can't int, this is really good. Like a Yasuo comp, a comp that actually enables Yasuo makes him as safe as possible. So giving him health is pretty nice for that. This is a placebo buff. Placebo buff. Ult up in every endgame fight. Anyway. This does nothing. This is a placebo buff. Zeri, the carry, is very unfair. We're nerfing her now, so she is less scary. This is Zeri's, like, 5th round of changes or something like that. It's kind of crazy. What are they doing? AD growth is down. Attack damage is down. Base armor is down. Health growth up, at least, so she gets that. Burst fire damage is down and has a better AD ratio, so she's more incentivized to build AD. Burst fire now only applies on-hit effects once per cast. Okay, that's major, in case you can't spread it between 2 targets now. Zeri can now gain 1 stack of Lightning Crash and 1 instance of E cooldown reduction per burst fire cast. This is big for her mobility, because they already nerfed her E a lot. Excluding critical strikes. Critical strikes grants Zeri an additional Lightning Crash and an additional E cooldown reduction thing here. Okay. So that's big. This dramatically slows down Zeri's stack generation, and Zeri is significantly less mobile. If she wants it faster, she has to build crits. She has to put herself at risk. Ultra Shock Laser damage is nothing. There is no damage on this ability anymore. It's down 30 at all ranks. I mean, I should say that. So you're still maxing this. Oh my god! Wait! No, this is overkill. No, this is overkill, guys. No, she doesn't need this much if we're already nerfing her E cooldown refund. No, 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 no. That is not necessary. This is the patch that knocks Zeri from dominance. 100%. Like, no question. Okay, so let's talk about what this means for Zeri for a moment. Zeri is being incentivized to build more AD. Her inherent safety is down. At the same time... Okay, so yeah, no, this isn't pushing her towards crit. This is really, really hurting her. Like, I don't think we pick Zeri much anymore. Because slower stack generation means Zeri wants to be tankier. That's what it means. Especially with lower durability and like lower safety here, Zeri wants to be tankier. She's being incentivized to build crits to actually get the payoff. Otherwise, she has to play really, really slowly. I think we're going to see Zeri as a niche answer to front to back from now on. I think Zeri is going to be noticeably weaker, and I don't think we're going to be picking her. Granted, she gets more damage, but Crit Zeri has always done good damage. Always. It always deals damage. It does more damage than her Trinity Force builds. It always has. That's why I got confused about her build on PvE. But if she wasn't receiving the Q change like this and the E change at the same time, I think 100% you still play Zeri like a decent amount. I'm going to still play Zeri because she's just fun as fuck. Like, but if you're picking her in a competitive setting, I don't... I'm already letting Zeri through bans because she has good answers now. And, like, Okay. Changes incentivize building crits, but require more defenses for results. Zeri takes way longer in a fight. Zeri is now built for a different game. Zeri is a HOTS character. Zeri would be so broken in HOTS. She's built for a game with less damage now, and yeah, I don't know. I think she's way too killable at this point. I believe she will end up too killable or too low impact to be a real FP threat anymore. Likely falls below multiple meta ADCs. Bruiser should, in theory, still remain stronger. Back to Valorant, she goes. It sucks that Zeri was so fucking broken, because I think she's awesome and I love having her in the game. I unironically do. We got some item changes here. I gotta take a break for a moment, guys. I actually have a thing. I have to give my dog a pill, and I need to get some water. Oh, I have water. Never mind. Okay, I'll be back in a moment to talk about item changes. in my opinion, the best direction for Zeri is to just embrace the bruiser style, cut her damage, and just allow her to be like a slow burn AD carry. I think that's the best thing for her. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be the exact direction they're going. Like, wouldn't that be better, guys? If Zeri just did what she did already, but, like, really does have low damage? I think that's a unique space for her. Okay, Abyssal Mask. Abyssal Mask has taken a backseat to Force of Nature in terms of magic resist, yet no shit. This item sucks. Unmake. Okay, let's just reread it again and be fair about it. And ugh. What was that? Was that Forecast Janna for like a second? Okay, Abyssal Mask. I haven't read this in forever because nobody cares about this item. Enemy champions within 550 units. Okay, so it is longer range than I remembered, so it is actually playable, I guess. Become cursed, reducing their magic resist by 5, plus 1% bonus health, capped at a reduction of 20. Gain 7 bonus magic resist per item. Okay, I would like to point something out about this item, guys. This item has 30 magic resist. Force of Nature has 70. $40 on Spirit Visage, and already that's not appealing, but like... Gee, I wonder why people are buying Force of Nature. Oh yeah, Force of Nature also reduces magic damage once you stack it up by 25% on top of your MR. I wonder why people are buying Force of Nature over Abyssal Mask, guys. Wow, that's such a mystery. Anyway, so they're saying the thing we need to solve Abyssal Mask is shred 5 more magic resist. And yes, I get it. You get 7 bonus MR per cursed enemy, but like... You need to be in the middle of 5 people for that to matter. And for that to not even be higher than Force of Nature. What, that's 35, that's 65 MR if you're in 5 people. And if you're only against one person, and only against one guy who you care about in terms of magic resist, you have 37. And then you also have to do magic damage for this to matter. It's too niche. And so this doesn't do anything. Like, I don't think this does anything meaningful for Abyssal Mask. Okay. Plus 5 MR Shred. It still makes this laughably weaker than any proper pen or MR options. Yeah. Gale Force. Gale Force CD down 10 seconds. Or 20 seconds. Okay, minus 20 seconds on active. I mean, we're still going to build Gale Force when appropriate. Probably throw some extra. Yeah, that would make it better. That would definitely make it better. But it needs to be, it's supposed to be an AP bruiser item, and it just doesn't feel like that right now. Ah, they finally caught on to how broken this item is. Damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, minus 5% HS power when fully stacked. It still has 30. And that's still worth it. It's still the best enchanter at Mythic. Like, this is still just... Like, guys, this has 35% heal shield power. You could keep it stacked. How fucking broken is that? And now it's only 30. Oh, no. So yeah, I'm still building Moonstone on... it's been eclipsing the other enchanter support options because Shirelia's is bad and Mandate is niche. It's that simple. Yes, Moonstone is broken. You can nerf it. At least buff Shirelia's active slightly. Because there's no reason to build Shirelia's. Over, like... Okay, there's one reason to build Shirelia's, and that's because your comp is doomed and has no initiator and you need a team fight. This shit is ridiculous. Umbral Glaive. Cost reduced to 2,300 and just exclamation mark. That is the cheapest mythic in the, or cheapest legendary in the game. outside of Medjai's, I guess. Now triggers almost twice a minute with Ingenious Hunter. Enemies can never ward. We're going to see this item again on Assassin Junglers, I think. And I want to check out Pike again. Because this sounds oppressive. Winter's Approach. The premier choice for mono tanks. Yeah, this item's really good. That is some cheap damage, yes. And so granted, Umbral Glaive is the lowest lethality item in the game. But it's an early-ass spike. And if you have, like, a mythic... Like, this is so appealing for junglers who just want an item early, right? If you have a mythic, this is such a fast proc of your mythic passive. So, Umbral Prowlers with Ingenious Hunter sounds ridiculous. Like... Because the Umbral Prowlers combo compensates for Umbral's lack of lethality. They both benefit from the same rune setup. Like, it's good. It's very good. Umbral Prowlers sounds insane. Winter's Approach, less appealing as a first. Are people buying this shit first? Who is buying this first? No. We buy this after Mythic. Okay. Winter's Approach loses 50 HP, slightly more expensive. Support users caught in the crossfire. Sorry, Tarek. Tarek's like the only one, though. So that sucks for Tarek. Actual Fimbulwinter output is untouched. So there will be no shift in what tanks are building, and I expect all the tanks to remain strong. Runes. This is a fucking joke. Rune changes. Time Warp Tonic. So I got in it with Darian a while ago about this rune. I think this rune is useless. I think this move speed that it gives you is not significant. And so even if you're going cookies, I do not see the value of just... Because Time Warp Tonic used to extend the duration of your cookies and your potions. Like, it used to actually give them more value. And then it just became something that you pop in the middle of a fight, and it just... Your health goes up and you get a dopamine hit. Even though... Like, the amount of situations where it would actually swing a fight in the moment is very low, and if you're a laner, you can just pop your potion at the beginning and opt for a second trade later, and that makes Time Warp redundant. So I think even though I'm not on the full fuck cookies train, because I've learned about some use cases for cookies lately that are actually legitimate, I don't think Time Warp is good, and now it's not even a quality of life rune. Like, useless rune. What's 30% of a health potion? It's like, health potion is 125 health, right? Yeah, okay, you get instant 37 health. Yeah, you really can't wait for that. That's urgent. Useless rune, not even QOL anymore. Never take post-nerf. If I see any of you with Time Warp Tonic, it's on site. You like it with a Lowy? I can understand that argument, but at the same time, like... Does that really do more for you than, like... Cosmic Insight? For R flashes? Or what? No, you're a Gore user! Nah. You can be a Gore user. No fucking way. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Before I say that, does Cosmic Insight still have item CDR? Because I remember they changed it a lot, and I can never keep track of it anymore. It's Summoner Spell Haste, and it's... Fuck, I might be wrong. Just give me a moment. I might be wrong. Cosmic Insight. It is item haste. Okay, yeah, so you have Gore. Like, I think if you have Gore Drinker, why would you ever want Time Warp over Cosmic Insight? That's the argument I'm making. I guess there's, like, little things early, but... I think it's a useless rune. When you were taking Time Warp Cookies, you should have been taking either Futures Market Cosmic or you should have been taking Cookies Cosmic. I really do believe that. And then just a little thing. Let's check the bug fixes for anything major. Oriana Shockwave. What? Oh, that's actually scuffed. Oh, the Perma Daisy runaway is fixed. That's good. Oh, this was abuse. This was abuse. They fixed the Action Lethal Tempo bug. They fixed the Senna TK bug, I think. Wait! They didn't nerf Locket! Yes! That was on PBE! There were Locket nerfs on PBE! And they didn't nerf it! Let's fucking go! Yeah, so I didn't know exactly what was bugged about it, but I did see, like, Bouse clips where he's playing against a Warwick who's just spam queuing minions and perma-healing. Like, with virtually no cooldown. They didn't nerf Locket! Let's go. Okay, I guess we reassess Rise now that we've seen the Fimbulwinter changes. And the Fimbulwinter changes don't... Okay, yeah. Fimble changes, not a real nerf for... in terms of damage, but does come online one wave later. Thank fuck... Yeah, no, thank fuck that was fixed. That's bad. Rise likely situational. I cannot envision AP Rise being strong right now. Is that everything, guys? Is that everything? I guess I move on to the Swain, the tentative Swain changes. Alright, let's see what they did. Let's see what they did. Please be good. Please be good. Remember, I'm hoping for sustain on Q, power out of W. If they have to take damage out of somewhere, take it out of passive. And give him slightly more movement speed. Sustain on Q and slightly more movement speed. Okay. Removed. Swain can no... What? What? Swain can no longer pull crowd-controlled enemies. Swain's pull no longer deals damage. The healing is better. Okay, so the pull doesn't move anybody, it's just a heal. That's... No, you really could have done this without... You could have given him top power without sacrificing Support Swain, because Support Swain doesn't like sustain Q. No! No, they didn't nerf W range! All they did... Oh, this is a disaster. Mana cost down is good on Q. Cooldown down is really good. Damage up slightly, sure. Additional bolt damage down, that's fair. Maximum damage, yeah, okay. Can now be reactive... Oh, wait a minute, nope, never mind, it's cool. Nope, Swain support's not... No, Swain support's good. This is cool, this is different. No, this is... I need to have faith. Riot hasn't done me wrong on any of these mid-scope updates before. Just read the whole thing. Okay. So, never move. The E now has like a manual pull. And so that might still proc Electrocute, and I will check. And if it does, Swain support should be fine. The cooldown of Demonic Ascension is down, thank fuck. Drain damage per second is down. But the heal per second, I don't know how to parse this. What does this mean? It looks like they're trying to increase it overall. which I think is a good change. It no longer grants health, it gains Swain demon power. Lasts as long as Swain has demon power, which when draining an enemy champion... Okay, so Swain's ult can perma-drain now, and it doesn't have to end as long as you're draining somebody. Wait, it literally lasts forever if you're always on somebody. Demon Flare slows enemies a lot. And Demon Flare will no longer be able to deal double damage, so it's just a moment. Okay. This is not what I wanted. And I do not think it will solve his solo lane problems entirely. However, it is cool. And it's giving him some power in a place where he really wants it. Cooldown reduced during R, and remember that R can last forever. I think it's cool. Let me... Okay, I'll have to read the numbers again. Okay, for the record, I do not think Swain's support is that good. I think it's a lot of fun, and it's good at bullying lanes, but the problem with him is as soon as you get out of the lane, you really feel the lack of income. I think Swain's best role is AD carry. I think Swain bot is the best one. I've heard people disagree with me and say it's support. I think it's bot. And, you know, probably that argument is coming up because Swain is kind of not that good. Because more and more power is going into his AP ratio and he's going to want to build more damage and more durability, I do think this is not great for Swain support. However, I do think Swain support will remain playable, and that's all I ask. I'm happy with that. In terms of top lane Swain, I don't know. I don't know if this will actually do exactly what he wants. The permanent Demonic Ascension drain is nice. So Swain ult can last as little as 5 seconds. Hold on. We've got more important things to listen to. Yeah, this doesn't look appealing for top Swain, doesn't it? If we want it, like, we would need a lot more early sustain for Swain. Oh wait, this is the trailer. Whoops. We need the Swain theme. Look at him go. Look, he's so intimidating. I think Swain is sick, and he's what, like, he's one of the most interesting mages for me. Like, I think he's fucking awesome, and I love it when he's playable. And I enjoy every minute of playing him when he's good. Which is why I really want him to stay as a support, selfishly. This... Okay, if the Never Move combo still procs Electrocute, this will not make him worse as a support, but it shouldn't make him better. Will it make him better? I think it's too hard to tell with, like, non-final numbers. I like the direction, actually. I wish they'd done a little more to his W, because I think the range on his W is so unnecessary. Like, if I'm playing Swain, I don't care that I have a million bajillion range and can impact mid from bots or whatever. Like, I care that I'm a little more durable than a normal mage, and I have, like, that kind of combat tool. I have my hook, I have my drain, I have, like, my durability, right? I really do like that they're taking damage out of the drain and, like, making it a heal, and then his Q and E are both empowered. Like, was he? Maximum damage. It's the damage is a lot more consistent. Dude, when I read Swain can no longer pull crowd-controlled enemies, I lost my shit. Like, that looked... Oh, I just needed to keep reading until E. If they removed the hook entirely. Oh. Yes, it goes on PvE today, I think. Actually, what time is it? Give me a moment, guys. I actually do like this. Yeah, they're intending to nerf Swain's Burst. Just give me a moment. Trying to boot up, but it's taking a moment. We're gonna update. I hope this doesn't tank my stream. I need to play Ruined King more. I need to finish that game. Oh, I had so many bad streams in a row in March that it just kind of turned me off. But I think I'm ready to go back now that I have better expectations of what Ruined King is. Honestly, depending on what I end up doing tonight and how much work I end up doing, you might end up seeing me again. Okay. Yeah, they're reducing the maximum damage of his Q. Health per soul fragment up is good. That's a good change. And as he scales with levels, he can heal more with Ravenous Flock. So if they're CC'd, he can just insta-heal off you. Which makes sense. Darian is already playing a ranked game on PvE as Swain. Okay. Yeah, I'm mostly interested in just seeing the story out, and I just want to play single-player games again, you know? I've played one session of Ruined King per month. That's the pace I'm on. Alright, let's just see. We just need to test Electrocute. Are there any skins up? Yeah, they are. This, I'm so glad this is here. The fucking Ruined King Gangplank skin. This is so good. If I can even see it, because it's using all my... Yeah, League Client lags for me when it's updating. Speaking of Ruined King, like the skin is so good. Okay. We're going to go into the practice tool. We're going to pick up Swain. I did not mean to lock that in yet. Fuck. I was supposed to do my runes. Okay. Take an electrocute. Don't really care what anything else is, so we can just... Oh, Ulti Hunter actually might make him fucking gross. I wonder if we actually take, like... Revitalize Conditioning? I wonder if it's Revitalize Conditioning. I won't use the skin for this. Oh, I'm gonna have music in-game. Yeah, I do. I'm actually surprised that the direction of the Swain changes are out already. They just announced these were happening, like, the other day. Hey, go away. Little white blob. Like, go. Where is it? Come on. There it is. Okay, so I just need to see exactly how these work. Lower Q cooldown is really good for mid lane Swain, but I think he just gets ruined by poke.
The outcome was decided when they brought an army, and I brought a demon.
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on, how did that work? Enemy champion deaths. There's a typo in here. I can't right-click them to...
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Oh, that's weird. The right-click pull just isn't a thing anymore. Or not the right-click. I thought it was going to be a right-click rip, but no, it's just an auto-attack. I mean, so I suppose... Wait a minute, it procced before the auto. Both of these are different spellcasts. Yeah, Swain support's fucking fine. Swain support is totally fine. As long as he has that in his kit, he is a fine support.
Minions have spawned.
Top level, like, not great, but he's playable. Like, that procced it. Did you see that? I literally just EW'd, and that procced Electrocute.
I was born I became a savior.
How much do I heal from that? Wait a minute, so are you also telling me that in theory I can... I like that. I like that a lot! Not that one. Okay, so you're also telling me if I... Right, obviously we max Q. So... This will now literally never end. When this comes up. Okay, if I don't auto-refresh my cooldowns... I'm constantly healing. Cooldown properly starts immediately. You can still optimize the CC by just holding, and then... I can't even see the difference between those guys. Okay, so... It will never end. And if I tap this... Demon Flare Oh my god. What the fuck? Immediately better champion. Just immediately. And if I drop these guys... okay, so that's the downside. The cooldown only starts ticking once your ult expires. After 5 seconds, Swain's demonic energy depletes faster. Healing is reduced. Okay, so the healing is... I mean, yeah, we definitely want some AP. What are my ratios? My ratios are 40, 70. Okay, cool. 25, 25. I don't know, guys. This is kind of cool. I don't know how good he's going to be. He didn't get his move speed, which he really would have liked. And some of the healing is still pretty unreliable. But it's like... I don't know. I might actually want to go a Demonic Embrace tank build. That might actually be appealing. Because these ratios aren't high. If you could go into a tanky build earlier, I think he could be a top laner. I think you need to curve into it, though. I've always been a fan of Redemption Swain. I think it's unironically good. As like a last item, but it's like... I don't know, if I take a bunch of damage. Wait a minute, the drain heal goes up like fucking crazy when you hit 11. Yeah, they want him gaining experience for this ultimate. Is it still W? I think it's still W. So, like, I need to just take a ton of damage. And now with my redemption active... we have a niche, ladies and gentlemen! We have a niche.
After the battle, the race.
This Q cooldown. Nah, I mean, we can't justify not going Rylai's, right? We can't not buy Rylai's, right? I don't know. I'm kind of feeling an endgame build like this. Like, oh, I'm pressing the wrong button constantly. I'm kind of feeling an endgame build that looks like this. Or something like that. Oh, I don't have boots. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying. But if we need all these items, then Swain can't be a support properly. Maybe he'll still find value. But, like, if I'm 16... Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair. It probably is very fair. You have to be 16 and everybody has to be diving on top of you, but... A Swain who actually heals.
I've heard what they
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to make any final comments on this. I haven't had the chance to play it or anything, but... Like, play it in a proper game. I actually do like the direction. I actually do like it. Okay. Okay, well, we got a lot done today. I did my patch note rundown. I reviewed some VODs. I'd like to go touch some grass, so I think that's it for today. I'm gonna post that Jace change to Twitter with my graph like this one. Because this is big and bad. That's a lot. It's a lot for Jace. Do I have a raid at this time of day? I don't know. Does anyone I know stream? Is Bev still live? She was live earlier. Maybe. She's not. Okay. Well, I'm just leaving you off with no raid, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to love yourselves, respect each other, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye, everyone.